This little National Film Board short called...
And we are back.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Let's actually jump into this, though, super quick. What was the noms?
Yeah, Dragon Prince got nommed for Best Directing for a Leo Award, which was pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Dab on the haters.
Canadian version of Emmys for U.S. audience.
Yeah, significantly less.
Other audiences.
Yeah. But we had a local short. I'm not a part of it at all, but I still think it's kind of cool, that almost won an Oscar for Best Animated Short called Animal Behavior or something like that. And a bunch of like local improv guys starred in it, and they're all nommed for like best vocal performance for it. So I'm just like, it's dope. I'm
so
glad.
Cool.
Yeah.
Support the local arts.
Support the local arts.
Claps around.
Hooray.
Beautiful.
Yay, Dragon Prince.
Right.
So if you haven't started watching Dragon Prince,
If you haven't started watching Dragon Prince,
you're behind the times.
Yeah.
You should probably check it
We
out.
need to turn this stream off right
No,
now.
don't do that.
Turn it off
No.
and watch this.
It's on
It's
Netflix.
7 hours total.
Yeah.
To come back
alert.
after.
One of
Rowan
our
Atkinson's
episodes.
in it.
Spoiler alert, Mr.
You'll-
Bean is the dragon.
But not the Prince.
Not the prince.
Not the prince.
The prince is Tim Allen.
Oh no! We had a lot of time to riff before you guys got here, so.
The guy showed up. He's like, I'm out.
And we're done.
No more being
The
talk
bald
for
kid
me.
told me to leave, so I said yes.
What about?
All right, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
last we left off,
Yes.
the party had made their way through a divergent route southwest of the town of Valaki, eventually finding their way to the nearby Vistani camp, where they encountered a series of more aggressive Vistani than the ones that they had met previously.
Uh-oh.
A battle ensued, with the party emerging victorious, slaying most of the Vistani warriors in the camp, and taking a few captives for questioning. The camp's leader, Luvash, admitted some rather interesting details that the group was unaware of, and after receiving their information, the group departed with the Dusk Elf leader, Casimir, returning to Valaki for at least one more day, before finally making their way west, with the promise of the Amber Temple at the end of a long journey. However, just before bed, Elith received a mental message from Lady Fiona Wachter, stating that the group had apparently chosen to not side with her, and wishing them luck surviving Barovia before severing the connection to you and your plans. And that is where we pick up this week. So, Elith, with that mental image playing in your mind, what would you like to do?
So I'm in my room with Allura, and everyone's in bed.
Correct. You, at this,
I'm all tucked
everyone
in.
is long asleep at this point. You have all
Okay.
been meditating for about an hour, 2 hours or so. It is dead of night, closing in on midnight.
Okay. I'm gonna go and really quietly knock on the door of the room for the doctor and Les,
Okay. Without waking Allura.
without waking up Allura.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a stealth check.
Stands up. Drops a big iron.
No!
Oh, not 20.
Yeah.
First roll.
27 is
Just
your.
appears in the room.
Yeah.
Nat
No, it's
20,
20,
she was on
it's
before.
27.
27,
Yeah.
27. Alright, so
Nice.
27. So
Allura materializes.
silently, sitting cross-legged on the ground and standing up, you silently make your way out the door, closing it behind you, very soft click, and across the hall to the other room. Knocking on the door.
Just quietly.
What are your passive perceptions?
Oh shit.
It's 10 plus your perception
Yeah,
modifier.
so 12.
12?
Mine would be perception, 13.
13? Okay. Les, you hear this very slight knocking at the door, and it kind of just barely jostles you awake. you see no light of any kind. You have dark vision, so you blink a little bit, and then eventually make your way over the door.
I unspoon from the doctor.
Thereby effectively waking the doctor.
Yes.
Oh,
Why are you here?
who is the big spoon?
It
This is
changes
not-
from night to night.
This is
They're
not
both
canon.
short.
Alright,
J.K. Rowling.
open the
to
door.
call
J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling thinks it's canon.
My elite voice on.
So,
Hello.
Hey, I need to talk to the doctor.
Hello, I'm awake because of Dingus over here. Let's go away.
Yeah, I need to run
Just
something
to-
by you.
Just to him privately.
Him to start, and then I'll let the rest of you in on it once we've had a chance to.
Do you want me to like turn around and stare at the wall or
You should
something?
go back to sleep in your own bed, perhaps.
No, we'll go down to the bar.
Don't you worry.
Alright.
Go to your bed now. Where you are.
So
you
where
are
I
safe.
was before? Okay, got it.
Oh boy.
I'll be back in a bit.
Taking you to bed.
I've gotten a message from Grandma.
Oh boy.
I'm wondering if we should send your friend.
What'd she say?
Basically, fuck you and good boy.
Oh boy.
Veiled threat. She did tell us good luck surviving in
Alright.
Barovia. I don't know how much good it's going to do, but maybe we should just send Rick with a message of sort of neutrality. She's obviously aware that we're not going to go for her plan entirely, but maybe we can say we're open to it, but we're biding our time.
I am plenty convinced that we are not done here. I'm very convinced that we should not be working for the Burgomaster, but we should send a message implying as such, and that we are exploring options to deal with our mutual annoyances.
It's not for me about picking sides yet at all, but it's about for what we can do, just convincing her that we're not about to rat her out and there's no reason to come
of
after
course,
us.
yes, that's the plan. Yeah, I'll Rick draft a note and bring it over.
I think that's for the best. Maybe we just leave it at that with her. Don't pursue it any further, but just
Make it aware to her that we're not allied to.
no, we won't be revealing her plans to them.
Most certainly not. We'll probably be aiding her plans later, is what I'm going to imply, and hopefully we'll do it this time.
Well, we'll see what happens, but ultimately we just need her to believe that we're not here for the Burgomaster.
Very well. I'm crafting a note.
alrighty. So, we'll leave you with that to be able to craft that. I assume sending Rick off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna craft it and send it to you.
Got it. Alrighty. So, the two of you returning to bed after your note is crafted, falling asleep. Waking up the following morning, no incident of any kind. Casimir was staying in one of your rooms, correct? He was staying
I think
in
we
one-
got to
We
begin
got
his
him
own room.
a fourth room.
Right, so you did.
Yeah.
You got him his own room. Correct. Okay. Waking up the following morning, Casimir would be downstairs already,
Nice.
tucking into breakfast very greedily almost. You could tell that he probably hasn't been fed properly in a very long time, living off either scraps of food or kind of discarded pieces that weren't eaten by the Vistani camp. So,
We'd probably want to be up early. So are we gonna go to the lake?
Each
Why?
episode.
I think that's
Yeah.
what we would
So we'd
rely
want
on.
to get up early enough to ask the hunters to bring us there, because we're gonna. Are we hiring them? I would
Well,
assume.
let's just go, I think.
Why would we need them to go to the lake?
Do we know where it is?
We know the direction that it is, but we don't know how to get there.
you do know that the lake is a due north road out of the Lockheed. Where you had to go before was through the woods. The lake itself is actually, it was a very heavily traveled area, and it's still somewhere where people tend to go fishing every once in a while. It's somewhere that easily enough you'd be able to find directions to, or you could just try following the path and probably make it there.
Okay, yeah, we could just go. I guess we don't
Save
have to.
the
Yeah.
gold for more troubled paths, I think.
Very well. We should still get up early enough to get on the road, bright with the dawn.
I'm ready to go when you are.
Aye.
Also,
Oh,
Yes.
This will be fun.
Should we bring Casimir? Would you like to come with us, or perhaps it's safest for you to stay in town?
If at all possible, I would like to stay in town. I do appreciate the offer, of course, but this is not something that I feel like I could do at this moment. I would much rather enjoy this delicious food and drink from this lovely, lovely woman.
and you can see he's like kind of forcing a smile a little bit, but at the same time looks genuinely happy.
Is Danica there?
Danica is there, yeah. She's behind the bar and is kind of like, a little wary, having never seen this person before, or, the only other interaction she's really had with a Dusk Elf, to your knowledge, being with you. But has no reason to not be trustful, no reason to be distrusting, so takes the compliment as it is.
Oi, Danica!
Yes, what can I do for you?
We're gonna be stepping out of town for a little bit. This man here, well, this Dusk Elf, I should say.
Oh.
You are not a man?
He's got.
He's still a man, but he's also an
He's
elf.
whatever he wants to be.
I thought they were two different things. Learning new things every day.
Oh, no, I think that was me.
He's gonna be the interim drinking champion until I get
Look
back.
at me.
So anyone who needs to challenge for the title, he's gonna do it for me.
So
Yes.
you are forfeiting your title to this man.
No, not forfeiting.
Well done.
Guarding it.
Interim. The steward of the drinking championship, if you will.
So you're saying if he is to lose, you will give up your title?
Let's just say he's here with us, and we'd love it if he could, avail himself of your fine wine and food. And I just toss her an extra gold.
This is entirely doable. Be safe, all of you.
Oh, thanks, Danica.
Thank you.
I'll just pull Casimir aside for a second and say, we might have people in this town who don't wish us well. You're very visibly not one of them. I'd suggest not exploring until we get back and we can all go around together, but for now I'd stay in the inn.
Do you mean that I get to stay inside, out of the sunlight, enjoy all the food and drink I want, and sleep in a room? I can
Aye.
do this. I can do this.
This
really easy.
Casimir guy's got a good attitude.
Well, enjoy.
I shall. And enjoy your lake day.
Aye.
Beach day.
Don't let me down.
No, of course not. I'm so sorry. I would not dare ever let you down.
Leave. Have you packed our towels?
Yeah, I got one free shot, so ready to dip my toes a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, dry. You don't have to worry about a towel today.
Fair enough.
That's good to know, Les.
And I will not be taking my clothes off in the sun.
It's
Probably
also
wise.
fair enough.
It's fair.
All right, Jordy, I'm just sending you a message now.
Yep, all good.
Oh, look, another vampire.
I just like it better underground.
That's true.
Les, would
Is
you
that about a week?
Les,
Oh, such an Elif thing.
Like
to
you
do.
know.
would you perhaps show me how the some of the swimming tricks you do in the water?
Yeah, I could probably show you a thing or two. Where are your fins?
I don't believe I have any. But we can double check.
All right. Someone moves on
All
fast.
right, all right.
Please let this happen so I can not worry about being non-consensually
As the dog-
spooned.
A song of water and fire.
Nice.
I am ice.
A song of water.
Icy
and ice.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, water and ice.
No.
I guess I couldn't give you as fire because of tiefling, but
Yeah. I'm not.
Alrighty.
All right.
Common misconception.
Packing up your things.
Message sent.
Are you taking your horse?
Cinnamon is coming with us.
And are you taking the wagon?
That's why we're
wagon's
still in
not
repair.
done.
That's why we're waiting an extra day, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the wagon is getting repainted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not going to be ready
Right.
until this
It's not
evening.
getting ready until this evening, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I just wanted to check and make sure that you weren't taking
That's
it.
why we're dallying.
Yeah.
Stop
it's
your
the only
painting.
reason
We've
there's
got
a
a
beach
lake
episode.
to
Sure. Beach episode.
Yeah.
So, making your way north. Yeah, beach episode in Barovia. Sure.
We're doing our
so,
best.
We're trying
Making
our
your way
hardest.
north, outside, and eventually to the gates of Valaki. Gates are open for you. The guards halt, ask where you were, or where you're headed to, and turn to the lake. Gates are unlocked, and you're allowed upon your way. So, you travel for roughly an hour along the edge of the woods north of Valaki, following a rough-hewn trail of rocks and dirt, broken trees and branches sometimes straying into the path. Distant caws and cracks are heard echoing through the forest, with the occasional howl breaking the air, even in this early time of day. Eventually rounding a small bend, you see a large blue-green lake nestled in the misty forest at the foot of a tall mountain range that slices off part of the sky. The water is perfectly still and dark, reflecting a few light gray clouds overhead, like a monstrous mirror. Surrounding the lake is a surprisingly pristine beach, with fine, untouched sand, save for a few heavy boot prints and a long, deep groove leading to the edge of the water. Pulled up along the south shore where you're walking through are 3 small rowboats, each with a set of oars and basic fishing poles set into the ground. A 4th boat is situated almost dead center in the middle of the lake. A lone figure in a large cloak is sitting almost motionless in it, still moving every once in a while, pulling a fishing pole in his hand.
Do we recognize them?
At this range, 400 to 500 feet, you have no idea. Person
Can
wearing
I
a cloak.
pop Rick out there and see if he can see him?
So, sorry, I did
Fucking
actually...
Rick got smoked.
Rick, you would have had to resummon that morning.
Bye.
When attempting to deliver your message, the same way that he had done so before, he was assailed on his way inside the mansion and was banished. And you would have had to burn a spell slot to resummon him.
Oh, no I wouldn't, because I have Find Familiar at will, because of...
Is it
Back in the
at
train.
will?
It's not a spell slot.
Oh, it doesn't use a spell
Yeah.
slot? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so then you would have, but you would have known that you would have had to resummon.
Okay, yeah, well I could do it's 10 minutes.
And,
So.
yep, so you would have been able to do that in the morning.
Yeah.
Well,
And he would have relayed that to you, letting you know that he had been assailed by people in dark red robes, wielding very sickly-looking daggers.
Oh boy.
that was when he tried to go into the,
Correct.
or when he was already inside.
When he was inside, and when he was trying to deliver his message, he became visible and was immediately stabbed to death.
Well,
Alrighty.
Rick.
oh boy.
Sounds
would be
like a
able to
great
send
group of
Rick
people
out.
to be
Okay.
neutral.
Towards the center of the lake, invisible or invisible?
Invisible.
Okay. So making his way out, he would fly for a good 300-400 feet or so beyond the range that you would be able to see anything.
Yeah, I'll just pop out.
Yep. And so he'll be able to just circle overhead, get an idea of what he's looking at, and then come back to you. So when he comes back, he relays that the figure is kind of hunched over a little bit. Not an easy way for him to be able to get a look at the face, but did appear to be moving. Fishing pole and a large burlap sack inside the rowboat.
What would he have noticed about the sack?
It's a large burlap sack.
Oh, that's concerning.
We got,
Could just be a
we
whole
got
fish.
a mob guy doing a hit.
It's Barovia.
Make you disappear.
Okay. I'm gonna take a boat out.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a boat out and go say hi.
So yeah, so you've got 3 sets of oars, 3
Yeah.
boats, and about 5 fishing rods. If you
Cool.
want to take any of those.
Who wants to come with me to boat?
How,
Can I have a little look around this beach first?
Yeah, of course. The beach is fairly wraparound. It'll eventually end at
this is
a very rocky outcropping on both sides, and that's kind of where the mountain begins, and you have to get to a point
okay.
of climbing. It is very large. The lake itself is about 800 feet across in any direction. It's almost perfectly round, so it'll take you a while to go around, but
Yeah, do it.
you would be able to do
Well,
that
I'm
if you so
gonna
chose.
Jesus, some
takes
shit.
10 minutes. just gonna
There's
do it.
plenty of time, I suppose, to look around. Maybe I don't know. Well, as you can swim.
Yes, I can. It's kind of my thing.
That's fair.
So yeah.
Are we just doing a scavenger mission? Are we seeing what's around
I'm gonna go
here?
meet the locals.
You're gonna go look. Alright, fuck.
I'll come for a paddle.
Yeah, let's go fish.
Want a race?
Boats will fit about 3 people in each one, so you two would be able to take a single one or one each, whatever you'd like to do.
We can take a single one.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of feel like having a little bit of fun. I'm gonna do a running start, just go and just like dive right on in.
Perfect.
I would have taken one of the fishing rods with us.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
take
So you
that
go
one.
fishing.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay. So, less you running into the water and just kind of getting to that point of where you know that you're at that point of the perfect dive to be able to maybe just make it far enough. Just go make a quick
Oh
athletics
my
check.
god.
I want to do like
Like,
instead of just like running
every
and jumping
drunk
into
guy
like
in
Less
the water,
smokes
I want to
himself on
run
the
and
rock.
like forcefully do like a gainer into it.
Yep, that's why the athletics check.
into like 3 feet of water.
Exactly.
But I go
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
is
like
it
right
like
on
that-
the right
is
on the
how
edge.
deep you think the water is to make sure that you don't just impact your head against the bottom.
As he's like doing that, you know, fun fact about Lake Zarovich, it's only 1.5 feet deep.
It's Athletics?
Athletics,
use
yeah.
the metal
16.
dice.
16. Okay, so no issues at all. So you
Right in the skin of the water.
Yeah, so kind of getting to the point where it's up to your knees, just starting to come up to your upper thighs, and you're like, now's the time, and you just kind of give one last giant leap and forward, and almost a full backflip, like a 180 backflip into the land and straight under the water, and you just feel the as everything just flaps against your, or the water rushes against your fins, and you just kind of begin to make your way very, very rapidly through this.
Happy boy.
It does, because of the length across, you would assume that it would get fairly deep, and it eventually does. Moving about another 30, 35 feet in, you can see that there is a fairly substantial drop-off. It actually goes beyond your dark vision, so at least 60 feet deep, but you're not quite sure how much further than that. You just see some aquatic plant life floating in and around, and a few pieces of large boulders and stones, and what looks like pieces of broken wood, maybe from things that have been broken on the lake. You've got
How
that vision.
close am I to the rower?
To the rower? Oh, you're still 300 feet away.
I want to go towards him.
Okay, so you move it 30
Underwater.
Feet. Yeah, so you move it 30 feet,
You're gonna get hooked.
dashing.
Yeah.
So it would be
I think I
60.
double that if I swim, though.
No, it's you move. You don't lose movement when you swim. Everybody else moves at half speed.
Right, I would
You
fall.
move it regular.
Okay, okay.
So, but you could dash as an action to
Yeah.
move 60.
Yeah.
So you want to be doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Done moving quick.
Perfect. So, making your way further over. You two pulling the rowboat in, eventually kind of getting it off the sand. It is a little on the heavy side, but with the two of you, not too much of an issue. Leaf, are you
I want to be ritual casting
ritual casting?
water walk.
Water walk.
Ooh.
That takes 10 minutes.
Sounds good. So as they're starting to pack up everything and you begin to cast water walk, we'll say that you finish roughly about the same time. So they would be able to pull out onto that.
Can horses swim?
I can I not?
Horses can tread in small amounts of water.
But they
Horses
can't-
cannot make their
they
way
can't,
to
like,
a
doggy paddle?
400,
But what if Cinnamon's
not
a
to a
seahorse?
400
Yeah.
foot lake. You'd be able to go across a fairly substantial river, but the whole thing with horses is they need at least a little bit of
Well, considering how this is going,
Elif, would you like to look for some pretty rocks or see if what
I
else
mean,
is
if
around
you
here?
want to walk out on water with me, I can do this for 10 other people.
You can do it. Do you want to walk on water?
I'll walk on the water. I'm not going swimming, but as long as we don't have to get too wet.
Hold on. Yeah, up to 10 willing creatures.
creatures. So you could
Oh,
Cinnamon?
can I cast it on the horse? Okay, so we've got an hour on this.
Alright, so an hour of water walk.
Yeah.
Ritual casting for 10 minutes. All of you kind of feel a slight fuzziness on your feet. And then eventually begin to slowly just tread out. And you're kind of having to really pull Cinnamon into
oh
water.
well, cinnamon, like we can.
Oh, I know, but it's still a horse that you're telling, hey, you know how you always swim on water? Now you can walk on it. And it's like, what? Like, doesn't understand,
Yeah, I'm like.
has no communication
Right.
ability, just telepathic connection to
Cinnamon,
you.
You can
It's
take a horse to
okay.
water, but you can't make him walk.
Just go ahead and make an animal handling check.
I was
with
imagining
advantage.
Cinnamon having the voice of like, just like
In my head,
Oh!
Cinnamon has the
That's
voice
a-
little.
of
At advantage.
Mr. Bean?
no.
You got a mental
Well,
connection.
Mr. Bean doesn't have a voice, Amanda.
Well,
Neither does cinnamon.
the first dice had it. It was an unnatural 20.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, so
No.
about 30 seconds
In
or
my
so,
head,
kind
it's
of as the
Swiftwind from
boat
the
is starting to
original
go out
shootout.
and Cinnamon sees a both of the other party members walking out, the careful trot of like the dog that doesn't know if a door is open kind of thing onto the water, and then eventually hoof prints go down and eventually becomes a little bit comfortable. The nice thing here really is because the lake is so calm and still, there's no waves or crashing of any kind, and just a minor motion from you two. So,
So just so you
you
know, we
two-
got this for an hour. This is gonna be shitty if it. Your horse can't
Your armor
swim.
on?
Noted.
yeah, who's wearing armor right now?
I mean, I'm wearing mine, but it's just studded leather.
So yeah, so studded leather for you. Studded leather for you.
Should we
Mithril.
Should we
Yep,
bring
so
a
you're in the
boat out
water
just
in your
case,
armor,
like,
okay.
just drag it out.
Well, can I have like Cinnamon be carrying my armor and for me to just be like,
Sure. So you're not wearing your armor.
It does take 10 minutes to don armor.
15 for plate armor or for chainmail. Yeah. 10 minutes for light, 15 minutes for heavy.
Is it going to affect our water walking?
It's more so that
No, that's
when you get into the water, it's just you're
No.
wearing armor, so you naturally sink.
yeah. I think I'm fine with like just carrying my like shield,
Should we get the boat?
having my shield on my
Might not
back,
be a
and
bad idea to have him
for
put on.
Cinnamon to be carrying my.
Right.
How heavy are the boats?
The Boats?
Yeah. Wait, could I can. Oh my god! And this is a fucking thing. I can carry something up larger than my size. It's one of my class.
Yeah, you can carry something that is larger than yours as long as your modifier is appropriated. So you can carry something up to 5 times your strength modifier or 10 times your strength modifier.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 times your strength modifier.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's 10 times your strength score.
Yeah.
Leaf equals tough.
So what's your strength score?
14.
14. So you can carry up to. No, that doesn't sound right. I think it's actually more than that.
Okay. I can.
Let me just quickly look this up.
But
Okay.
is it
Sorry.
like for
Just
ants?
because I wouldn't mind if I'm. sorry. I just want to be, if it's possible, if I can be dragging out a boat with me.
Leaf flips the fucking lake.
I mean, once you get the boat on the water, you could just drag it behind you super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Okay.
I just want to know for my own
Okay.
knowledge.
We could also let Cinnamon.
I'm just gonna wear my
It'll
armor
pull
on
like a
and
chariot.
then not stay on the lake
Strength
for an
score
hour.
multiplied by 15.
Wow.
So for you, so your strength score was what?
14. I just want to say I've got a powerful build.
Yeah.
So you count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push, pull, drag it, or lift.
You can push, pull, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, 30 times your strength score.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Damn,
30
homie.
times your strength score, so you can carry up to 420 pounds.
Good
Wow.
thing
Yeah,
didn't skip over.
No issue
Yeah.
at all for you. You
Useful.
can kind of just grab the both ends of the boat because they're not overly long.
Yeah.
They're designed for 3 regular humanoid people. For you with your wingspan,
Yeah.
you'd easily be able to lift this
Okay,
off.
we might want to bring another one if I'm gonna be. If there's 3 other people on a horse.
Leaf does even lift, bro.
Oh, let's. Oh, okay. So I got a boat. So
One of us
All right,
swims
so
though.
you're just
and
dragging
we
the
still
boat
have a
behind on a
boat.
rope, or are you?
yeah,
actually
I'll
carrying
drag. I'll drag it on.
I'm already like way ahead in the water.
Yeah, we're just gonna go
see
meet
me in,
Clokey.
like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. So
We're walking.
making your way out, you underneath the water begin to make your way 60, 120, 180 feet out, beginning to
You
get
guys
closer
don't
and
get
closer.
around me.
The rest of you pulling the boat in and eventually getting to the point where the rest of you are water walking and joining out. Are you going right up to the boat?
I'm going under the boat deep enough to see where his bait on his fishing rod is.
Okay. So the line, you catch like little glimpses of it, and you begin to see just barely the glimpses of it down below. It's going a good 60 feet down beyond where your vision actually goes. You would have to dive down further to see if it goes any further.
Okay, I'm going to dive down to the end of the rod, to where like the hook would be.
Oh, the end of the line.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm going to tug it.
Okay.
Running a bit.
So making your way down.
We got anything on there, sailor?
Oi, Strahd! I'm gonna fish now.
So to where the lure is, or just the line, just further down,
Like where the lure
Oh
is.
boy.
all the way down.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
a spit
so-
take.
You
Unless it's going catfishing.
So you make your way out and eventually find the line. It's a good
Myself
15
a
feet or so
bachelor.
away from where the boat is. Just kind of cast it up fairly far. And you trace the line down and you swim down for 20, 40, 60. Light is really going at this point, to the point that you can see only a little bit around you. The aquatic life is becoming more and more prevalent. As you do, you eventually make your way down, and the line itself does seem to be kind of in and amongst some of the aquatic life. So you're kind of pulling some of the pieces apart, and then eventually trying to find that. As you do, this happened quick.
Oh yeah.
Fucking nice.
Something's
So-
gonna happen to me.
You manage to track the shining lure to the bottom, and eventually realize that it's there. It's dangling very loosely. Appears to just almost be not moving from up above. And as you go to tug on it a little bit, you notice just out of the corner of your eye, slowly shifting limbs of vegetation and giant boulders of smashed rock are visible. And you just barely catch glimpses of movement along the edge of your vision. Rapid darting streaks in the depths of the water, and the flash of fin-like appendages briefly visible before disappearing among the rest of the plants. And you tug on the line, and you immediately feel a hard pull on the line, and the lure begins to snatch away. Do you follow it?
I'm gonna hold on to the end of it.
Hold on to the end of it. Or are you fighting against it? Or
No.
Just, okay. So, you just really begin to feel this pulling, and it takes a good couple of minutes, even just with your like dead weight body, and you're kind of looking around a little bit to see if you catch the eyes. Go and make a perception check for me.
Fucking cracking down.
Are we like out there now?
No.
Okay.
This
I would
is
have
way
stuck
ahead.
close to the
You took
shore
10
as well.
minutes
I'm
for
not ready
all
to
of you
like
guys
walk
getting
into the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
At least
Okay, we're
like,
still like we're in the shallows right now.
yeah.
I'm just galloping on
11.
cinnamon.
11.
Oh boy.
Okay. You're not quite able to figure out what that was. Fish, maybe something that was a little bit more of an appendage. It kind of reminded you of some of the things that you'd seen on the plane of water before, but you're not quite sure if you can place what it was.
Probably
So,
nothing important.
Following it up,
Yeah.
eventually pulling on that line and getting right up to the top, you breach.
What a bit.
I'm gonna make it a little bit of an effort, like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just a clean thing. But yeah, I'm gonna like hold on, like kind of like try to put the line like under my armpit and just like swim up and go and just go onto the boat.
Onto the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of like, and gaining a little bit of speed, because you do have to breach at a decent pace to be able to do that. You just kind of whoosh, and the boat just begins rocking. You can see him like drastically trying to hold on, and then just kind of like looks over and just like, and like grabs a dagger and just instinctively goes for an attack against you.
He's like,
That's
come
going
in
to be
peace.
a
Murder time.
16
Turn
hit.
this guy into a vegan.
Yeah, so you just,
As it goes up, I want to catch it.
yeah, so as the dagger is starting to come down, you just instinctively reach up and grab the dagger out of the guy's hand. He's just like, "What are you?"
Should
What are
play
you?
it with your food, mate.
Yeah! And he goes for another attack on you.
Oh boy.
Throw him in the
Are
water.
you just gonna murder him?
That's a 9. That's not gonna do it.
Nope.
So at this point, you've now
I'm
got
gonna
both
riposte.
of his hands. You're gonna riposte?
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I love this.
I love how you
for
just
it.
started picking on some random fisherman.
This is the best.
Just with your fist or with your?
My fist.
Okay, yeah.
That didn't do well.
Just tiger uppercut.
Is it
the
just
guy.
at a
Strength plus proficiency.
right 6? So 4 plus 6. It's
10.
10.
Yeah.
10 will hit. So you deal.
Just to like knock him down.
Yeah, so you deal 1 point of bludgeoning damage to him as he kind of like desperately scrambles, and the boat is really rocking at this point. I need you to just make a quick dex saving throw for me.
This poor guy.
That's good. Plus the mod, right?
Yeah.
15.
15. Okay, so you manage to kind of hold on to the edge of the boat as you're just there now rocking on the boat, and everything kind of settles down, and he manages to grab on and sit down and just kind of.
Easy there, mate. Easy. I was just making a joke. You've heard of Ambarovia, right? It's not illegal.
I'm fishing. Go away.
Yeah, what am I?
Really liking the sequel
Something
to
that
Shape
fights
of Water
back.
here.
That's right. A challenge.
Go away.
And
And
challenge
he
is
begins
weird.
to gather up his line again.
Well, what are you doing here? What's in your bag? And I'm gonna look in the bag.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm
You're
just gonna try
I
and push
love
you
this.
off.
You're a nosy fish.
I
So
love this.
This is gonna be contested. For you, it's gonna be either athletics or acrobatics to
Just
try and
throw
stay
him in the
in.
water.
I love Curious Less.
Ooh. Athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics.
What does crazy human
I'll take
doing?
athletics. That's 14 plus 6.
Okay, that's a 22. He pushes you backwards out of the boat. Natural 18 plus 4. So he shoves you back out of the boat. And you just instinctively try to catch yourself onto the edge of it, but you sploosh straight into the water.
Spit water on him.
And just stay out of my things. And he begins gathering up his line again really slowly.
Can I like do kind of a back in the water, kind of like, whoa, that was weird, and then I'm gonna compose myself, get
And
a
you
little.
all, by the way, see all of this. You're like
Yeah.
prepping the
What
boat to
is
start
this?
going out. You are ritual casting. The two of you are.
Oh,
waiting
I'm
for the
dying
stuff,
laughing.
everything.
This is
I want to
wonderful.
kind of like get a bit of a gain,
trying
go
to
down a
speed
bit,
up
so I
mine.
can speed out of the water and shout something as I breach out to the party.
Okay.
Oh,
Do
what
I have to
are
roll
you?
anything, or I just do it?
No, you just do it.
Okay. So as I get a little bit of distance, go. As I go out, this guy has something in his bag. He doesn't want us to see. And go back inside.
You are a perfect stranger.
All
What if this guy's,
And
like, burying
you're
his
diving
family's
back down into
ashes
the
or
water and then going back towards the shore.
Just like back down to the water and just kind of like circling around.
Okay, fair enough.
You jump out of the water, is there a
So-
giant fish that's falling?
Can I?
So you
No,
all just
I
kind of
got
hear
nothing.
that, and you just see this guy just like put his hands up, like.
Yeah.
Oh no! I want to see what's in his bag.
He doesn't seem that bad of a person.
I'm chaotic neutral.
Does it
I'm going
seem like
for
a
it.
he? Even?
He attacked our friend.
I would have talked to the giant fish man that came out of the water at me as well. And not let him
That's
see what's in my
true.
bag.
You know what?
We
I'm
could
with
do-
Les. Let's go get a guy.
Have
Just to
fun.
talk to
I
him.
think we should be more friendly. Maybe if we were friends, we could share some fish.
I'll go out there to apologize if anything.
All right. Well, let's go.
Do you just stay circling the boat the whole time?
So I don't even think I can.
And once in a while, I have my little like top thing come up. And like,
Actually, what is Cinnamon's speed? Because it's not on my card.
Yeah, it is.
It's 60 feet.
Also, and then when I'm gonna go back down and come back up,
Are
and
you
as I reach
riding
again,
on Cinnamon
I'm
on
gonna
the
shout
water?
to the party. Also, there's a really big fish down there.
How deep are you going?
Oh, just enough just to get a bit of a gain.
Okay.
Like not.
You've played
really.
Dolphin Olympics before, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm riding Cinnamon to try and like
Okay.
calm tensions.
I also want to make it known that I am not paddling on this boat at all.
Yeah. Well, there's one set of oars. So,
Okay, yeah,
unless
that was not
each
me.
of you take an oar, which
Oh.
9 times out of 10 you just.
I mean, I'm not super strong, but that's fine. Whatever.
I literally got in the front and like leaned backwards.
The classic Allura.
Yeah. Aline.
Fine.
Are
Whatever.
you getting like Rick to do it or anything?
No, I'll do it. But I'm taking notes.
Also, my strength is -1. So.
Yes, me too.
You, as you go down again and then back up to the top and then back down again and begin to circle there more and more.
Here we go.
There we are.
Oh shit. That's gonna
The
hit.
DM said, "Oh shit."
The Jaws monster comes out.
That's gonna be a disadvantage.
Man, water monsters are. I don't know how I feel about this.
The Kraken
Has
rises
anyone
from the
played
deep.
Resident Evil 4
So
before?
you, as you kind of consistently doing these
fucking
disciplines,
lizard
jumping
thing at
out
the
of the
start.
water, splashing back in, diving deep, just
we
jumping
never
out,
bring
saying all
us
these
to the
things,
lake.
making the noise that you're making.
You're trying to give us
You
all
don't
of
notice.
the.
You
Yeah,
really
you
don't
don't
want to
notice.
see it.
You suddenly kind of down and swimming around a little bit, just kind of like looking around a little bit, and you just kind of turn to the left a little, right to see a harpoon spear
Nice.
being thrown at you, a range of 60 feet.
Thrown.
It hits your armor class. It's a 22 to hit.
Dang.
And you're gonna take.
Les just gets fucking kebabbed
I
underwater.
found my people, and they tried to kill
We just
me.
never see Les again.
You take 13 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry, contested strength check. So just roll and add your strength modifier. Not your saving throw, just your strength.
Told you guys the lake could be fun.
14.
23.
Fuck.
You feel this impact against the center of your chest, and the harpoon passes right through, and the barbs kind of go into your fins and into your chest, and you feel yourself being pulled down into the water. You're pulled 40 feet down into the water as you begin to see this creature beginning to emerge, holding one end of the harpoon, this leather-style rope wrapping around its wrists, pulling you down. Very similar to yourself, but more fish-like. Longer fins, long dorsal fin on the head. The doesn't actually have legs. It has kind of the merfolk style bottom fins. I need you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Grindy love.
Yeah!
Just you.
But they
no
heard-
one else knows.
But they heard me say there's a giant. When I popped out, I was like, "There's a giant fish down here as well."
You heard that, but you've been seeing Les go up and down and around and in the water.
And then suddenly stop.
And suddenly,
I wanna make
well,
a-
no, not suddenly, because you disappeared and you were down there for 30 seconds
So
at a
I
time.
was like fin up top,
Not the whole
circling.
Not
time.
visible.
Sorry, Kev.
Near the end
Why
there.
did you show you?
And, so
We
I
could've
make a
just harassed
perception
that
check
man.
for a new bard singing from the beach towards us. And it sounds like a new character over there.
all right. So
11.
Some music loaded up. Okay.
Oh,
You are
dang.
not
The underwater solo mission that I did not intend to do.
Don't split the part. It's just cold.
Don't split the what? The part in me hair?
Yeah.
Do we know each other?
Hello, governor.
Hey,
I
cuz.
remember you at my non-existent family's get-togethers.
Oh, you also a
I feel like you're
trotting?
really
Because
inbred
you're trotting
cousins.
me patience.
Die.
I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, unless Les would not
He
try and
died
have
like
a
he
conversation.
lived
Under
in
wet.
water.
Stupidly.
Okay.
Stupidly.
We're going to start this out as theater of the mind, so there's not going to be a map for this.
Okay.
exciting.
You are being pulled down by this snarling, jagged tooth, kind of long tongue that's kind of extending out slightly. Very dark blue-green skin, black spots all over it. Very similar to yourself, but even more fish-eyed. As it begins to pull you down, and eventually the harpoon that pierced your chest just gets ripped out, and this giant cloud of blood gouts out
What you get for
from you.
ghosting them.
So it's not in me anymore.
It's not in you anymore. It has now been pulled out as you've been dragged 30 feet further down. So you're now about 70 feet from the surface. And
See the ball.
a second one of these creatures
Wow,
emerges inside the water aquatic plants
shit.
and just kind of like looks up at you and sees you now bleeding, grabs another one of its own harpoons and throws it at you. It's still going to be at disadvantage. Okay, so that's not going to hit. So that's going to be a 9.
No, this is
to
fucking
hit.
great.
So the
I
second
love
one
this.
you just barely, with your reflexes, manage to dodge out of the way as it sails through and passes about another 10-15 feet beyond where you are until it eventually stops. The creature very rapidly grabs it and reels it
Each
back into
episode.
itself and just kind of readies itself and floats in and amongst some of the aquatic life underneath. You're up next. What are you doing?
I run back up to the surface.
Okay, so you're 70 feet away, so you can only make it 60 feet, so you're still 10 feet below the surface. So still underwater. No one in the rest of the party knows what's going on at this point. Okay. All right.
We're just casually walking out.
Yeah, just, hey, we're getting there.
At this point, you hear the swoosh of a very thin line, and the bait ends up kind of sinking down very slightly into
Kevin,
the
you know
water,
what you have
kind
to
of towards
do.
these creatures, and they're all just kind of like looking at it a little bit, but not really paying much mind to it, and just kind of staring at you and settling in amongst the aquatic life. That happens as well, you also notice that there's a very large splash, and the burlap sack has been thrown into the water fairly near where the line is,
Get
but
that sack.
just kind of barely outside the boat. Like it was fairly on the heavy side, it was just kind of like dumped into the water kind of thing. So you're fairly close to that at
Grandma's
this point.
ashes.
Well, you got these creatures down below you as well. After you make your movement, it's now going to, all of that happens, and then the second one of the creatures, the one that originally hit you, just kind of like looking up at you. Yeah. He's going to go ahead and move 40 feet up closer to you, and he's going to go ahead and throw that spear at you, the harpoon at you again. It's still a disadvantage. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, it just hits.
Just hits.
Fucking
Okay.
yikes.
Heck up.
What about the burlap sack?
Get
That's
that
going to
sack.
be
Kevin, I am not fucking healing you.
10 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and I need you to make another strength check for me.
Just turned less into sushi.
Uh,
21.
sorry, I'm rolling d20 plus strength.
Strength modifier.
20.
21. So with that, again, the harpoon impacts against you, and you feel the barbs getting into your skin and really starting to pull you down.
Can I grab the line?
No,
where I
it's
am?
not your turn. There's no way to do any of that. You just kind of begin to reel and get rapidly pulled down, fighting against it as best you possibly can, but you're pulled another 30 feet down, so you're now 40 feet below the surface again. The harpoon at that point, you kind of rip it out of your chest, another large gout of blood goes into the water as the sack begins to descend a little bit further, and the line begins to descend a little bit further as these two creatures kind of settle back in. One of them is a little bit above where the aquatic plants were, but the other one is very settled and kind of holding on to the plant life, staying where it is.
Okay.
So, top of the round, the one that was down at the bottom sees you up there again, now just kind of just within range, and it's going to go ahead and move up towards you again. This is going to make an attack not at disadvantage anymore.
There we go.
Oh boy.
That is a 17 to hit, which just misses your AC, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
17.
Your AC is 17?
Yeah.
That hits.
Oh,
Beat up.
15.
I thought yours was 18
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
No, it was 18, and then he put on the armor, which
The
dropped it by
mithril
one.
armor, right?
Oh.
The mithril armor dropped it by 1. That is another 9 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
What are you at?
and I need you to make
21.
another strength check.
He's still alive.
That was 9 points?
9 points.
11?
12.
12.
Okay, and I need you to make another.
Did you get
strength
hit by
check.
that, like...
Oh my god. Get that sack and get out of there.
12 plus 3.
14.
Yeah.
So 15 beats a 14.
Yeah.
So you manage to, as you begin to feel the pull, you just rip it out of you, and another large gout of blood. You can definitely start to feel there is some real power behind these throws, but you are freed. You are not pulled further down. It is now your turn. What do you want to do? You're
Lex is
40 feet
just
from the
Swiss
surface.
cheese.
Get that sack and get out of here.
He's got 30-foot movement and a 30-foot dash. You can get to the surface, and the only thing that isn't water anymore is that boat, because these guys are nowhere near you at this point.
Right. So
Would I be
Grab the
any
sack.
closer considering I
that
can
sack.
travel 60 feet?
No.
Grab the sack and run.
Well, what's in
Not-
the sack?
you were
Just
all
so we know,
waiting
but
for
it's
Water
probably
Walk to
important. You didn't want
This
us
is
to
all
see
while
it.
Water Walk is completing.
Ooh.
You haven't even set out on the water.
Oh, okay.
We're not water walking though. We would have been.
No, I know.
on-
You two were loading up stuff into the boat. It takes you a couple minutes to do that. You would be like on the
Yeah,
boat
it's true.
beginning.
We got
to
there and
row.
Les was like, Yahoo! And like,
Can I
Yeah,
second
straight
wind
in
and
the
move?
water.
Yes.
Can I double dash though?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can move 60 feet. It's up to you to decide if you want to stay along the surface or if you want to jump into the boat.
Or the sack.
Can I see what's in the sack at all?
The
Or
sack
just
is
grab
tied
it.
and closed, but you do notice that there are air bubbles escaping.
Oh
from it.
boy.
Oh, get the sack.
Oh, it's so much.
You fucker.
It's a mafia hit.
So,
Oh my god.
okay,
Get the
Big
sack.
so
sack.
first things first.
The sack is fairly large.
Would
do
it
you-
take an action to like dive to it? And
It is an act. So it is forced movement with the sack, which means that you move at half speed.
okay.
So you would not be able to get the sack and make it to the surface.
what if it's a puppy?
Get to the sack.
I can always.
You can use the sack as a.
You can
as-
second win.
It's
No, I can't
it's
take.
not up to us.
Hold on.
though.
Everyone, calm down.
Yeah.
I gotta take a
Everybody
sec.
stop talking. This is
Yeah.
less.
I
What are you
have to
Well, it used
roll
to
a
be
d10
twice.
for second win
Yep.
first.
D10 plus your fighter level.
Is this
That's
one right?
a D8.
Yep.
What's not
What's
d8?
a
I'm
D?
super
That's a D10,
stressing
sorry.
right
I
D10.
love D&D.
D10 plus your
So I'm
fighter
gonna
level.
second win first.
Told you the sack.
8 plus 5.
Yep. So you heal 13 hit points,
Nice.
Okay.
and you've got the sack, which is just at this point, because of the amount of air that was trapped inside it, has begun to descend. It's about 10 feet below the surface now. You're 40 feet down from that.
Okay. So if I.
You can get enough speed to breach and yell something if you'd like, and land on the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't have time to get the fucking sack. I don't know what's
Alright.
in there.
So, kind of as best you can, grabbing some things like little bits of yourself
Unless you
within
made
the
a
water
decision.
that have been pulled out by those harpoons, kind of
Gross.
shoving them back in and trying to
The party
force
will
everything to
remember
heal.
that.
Resurge
I
yourself
didn't
with a
know
little bit
any.
of life, leap out of the water,
Those
and
Arrabelle.
notice at this point that
Yeah,
the boat has
probably.
been pulled in, and the doctor is paddling it a little bit, probably 10, 15 feet out from the edge of the water, as Leaf is sitting down, casting a spell, and you two are waiting, you petting your horse on the edge of the water. You land inside
In
the
their boat?
Uh,
Or the random guy's boat?
Random
you
guys,
land
we're
in
fucking
the
on
random
shore.
guy's boat in the middle of a lake, 400 feet away from these guys.
Okay. So jumping up into the boat, bloodied and fucked up.
Yeah, and you at this point would see this definitively across the water. You rowing would see it. Allura wouldn't. She's looking the wrong way.
Yeah, of course.
You were focusing. You wouldn't see
Yeah.
it, and Hope you wouldn't see it either because you're on your horse.
So as I go into the boat, I'm gonna scream, "This man's trying to kill somebody! And there's fucking weird things in the lake!"
Can I shout back? Okay.
At this point, I'm going to get you all to join into the initiative order. I need everybody else to roll initiative, and we're going to do this one.
So are we saying like my ritual, like I'm just finishing right now?
Your ritual is just
Okay,
finishing.
okay.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if I should wait this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
So we're gonna get everybody to roll initiative, and we're all gonna join the order at this point.
Okay.
So you've already got yours. So 25 to 20.
25.
25. 25. Oh yeah, because you get your bonus. to
I have
roll.
super initiative now.
Yeah, yeah.
Please save
So
the
it's
sack.
gonna be.
I'm gonna try and knock him out. Got
Okay,
a sack.
so elite.
Mm-hmm.
25 to 20. Anybody else? want
18.
above?
No, sorry.
Okay, 15 to 20.
18.
16.
Leaf went for a swim. It was last went for a swim.
18
Never
is
seen it.
Doc. 16 is Allura. 15 to 10.
11.
Okay,
I mean, I probably could have tried to fight them, but I didn't
plus-
want to. It's the last
No,
fight.
you couldn't at.
7.
So,
Where did you have
Pretty
12,
focusing.
12 hit points?
No, right at the start. Like if I just rush them and not try to run away.
Oh,
Close combat.
Jimmy totally could have taken.
maybe.
okay,
But-
so at this point, Les, you land in the boat, yell across the water, trying to get everybody's attention. Your spell just is on the end of finishing, we'll say. We'll say that that's just the start of your turn, and that ends up finishing. Top of the round, a Leaf, you kind of feel the slight vibration on your feet, and you kind of look up, and Leaf goes,
It's go time.
and you know that you can run, but it is 400 feet to the center of that lake and where that boat is.
Wait, don't get your boots wet.
Is it any closer if I run around? Probably not.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a circular lake,
Uh-huh.
straight shot from where you are to the center of it.
What's the range on my longbow again? Sorry, I'll write that down this time.
I think it's 180 and 600. Let me double check. I know it's long for the longbow.
That adds up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, makes sense.
Checks out.
Can we make something drop out of the sky? You shoot it with an arrow, hold onto it, and water ski out.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Right?
150
We should have water skied out to begin
is
with.
accurate. 600
Blew
is
it there.
inaccurate, so you're shooting a disadvantage. So 150/600.
Okay.
So you would be able to shoot the guy who is now standing on the boat, and all of you did notice, or actually, sorry, you did notice him lift that burlap sack and kind of dump it into the water.
Yeah.
That seems
And I would have noticed the sack through Rick anyway.
You're not seeing through Rick.
No, but I had seen through Rick when he
You,
went
yeah,
to go.
you knew about the sack.
Yeah, yeah.
You saw him lift it and dump it into the water with a sploosh.
Yeah.
Fairly heavy. He seemed like he was not struggling under the weight, but definitely there was some heft to it.
Don't forget about the fucked up things in the water!
Yeah, but there's air bubbles out the sack. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know that.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the guy.
You
But
should
just
try.
so you know,
So you're
probably
shooting-
shouldn't go into the water is
So
what I was
shooting
trying
with
to
disadvantage
cross.
and make your shot.
Just gonna smoke this guy.
So that's gonna be
Disadvantage.
yeah. No, I know. I'm just looking to
just
see
losing the
so I know what it is.
bonus
D20 plus 9. So 18.
Okay.
Yeah. 11.
11 hits.
No, 12.
12
Actually. Yeah.
hits. Go and roll damage.
Sweet.
Guy's just standing there, just gets shot off the side of his boat.
Yeah.
Gets an arrow through the throat. My only regret was I didn't catch a fish.
8.
Not lost.
Anything else in my first turn? Yeah, I get an extra weapon attack on my first turn.
You do. You get a second
And
attack.
1d8 extra damage on my first attack.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the addition of the 8. So it's 8 points currently.
8 points. And then 5. So that's gonna be 13.
13. Okay. So you kind of aim back,
Just like a commoner.
settle yourself, right getting out into the
Not for
water.
long.
Fire your first shot, grab the second arrow, get ready, aim that. The arrow impacts against the guy, and he just and falls back out of the boat unconscious.
That's fine.
Okay. Into the
Now-
into the water?
Into
Or
the
Hooray.
water. And he begins kind of floating slightly and just kind of like clutching at this arrow and just
oh, I killed him. Oops.
No, that's fine. Whatever.
That was the guy that was
is
supposed
now
to give us
floating
the
in
quest.
The water kind of spread out a little bit, but you can notice that he's beginning to sink a little bit. And you just yell this and see an arrow streaking right at you, and you just kind of duck out of the way at the last second. It impacts against the guy, and he just falls out of the back of the boat. And you look and turn, and he is bleeding profusely, and his breathing is very staggered, and he is.
Can I shout out as that happened in a very
Nope.
Arnie way?
Nope.
No, as just like it's a one line.
It's a bit.
Fish are our friends, not food.
Bottom.
All right.
Dab on
So
those haters.
first attack happened. Second attack, you're readying the second arrow, waiting for him to
Can I
stand up
see
again.
any of the creatures coming out of the water at all? Okay.
They do not appear to be coming.
I'll
out of the
just
water.
hold my attack then.
Okay, so you're gonna move 30 feet closer.
Check the skull.
I can
make
move
sure
40
get
feet
pulled
closer
under the water.
actually.
You can, yeah, you got the extra movement.
Okay, yeah, I'll move 40 feet closer.
Okay, so making your way out, starting to run across the water. You got your arrow knocked. Nothing that you can do with it, so you just move your 40 feet out. Alrighty. Next up, we come to the guys underneath. You are safely inside the boat. No moving under the water. No attacks of any kind.
Not even against the guy floating.
Cool.
It's floating on the surface of the water at the moment.
It's not my turn yet, right?
No. Doctor.
Can I use Rick to convey a message to Les?
Sure.
Like pop him out there?
Yep.
Real quick, I'm gonna have Rick pop out there and in common go, "Get the bag!"
Get the bag. Noted. As I'm like
Are you still
trying
continuing
to
to
use
row
my
the boat?
fish scales.
Yeah, yeah.
Can
so
Rick
they
not
roll
get the bag?
themselves.
So rowing the boat, you can move 15 feet as your movement because of the
heavy.
amount of.
Rick knows about the bag.
But can he not get the bag?
No, he can
Too
carry
heavy.
like 5 pounds.
Okay.
He's an imp.
He's a party.
Party. Rick the party.
He carries booze,
The only
not
thing
Yeah.
he can carry is an imp-sized keg.
Oh, right.
He's actually on a surfboard right now.
Yeah.
So nothing disturbs the water. Just the man who's now floating, just kind of fighting for the last little bits of his life on the surface of the water. You notice
I
that
shouldn't, like,
looking
actually
over the
kill
edge of the
him.
boat, that there are more bubbles beginning to escape from down where that comes. So,
Fucking get it to me!
Allura, you inside the boat. You see the doctor is kind of takes a second to pause and control Rick, and then just begins doing it as hard as he can, but he's not really making much movement
Nope, he's
with
not
his
strong.
strength score not exactly being the best thing in the
Nuh-uh.
world. You're moving 15 feet.
At best.
maybe.
I can't do any better though.
You could grab one of the oars, each of you.
Oh,
on
fine,
one.
I'll do
Oh,
that.
well.
So
Start
Get
doing
off
say
my
on your turn,
high
you'd be
horse.
Sorry,
additional-
doctor, did you need some help?
Yes!
Okay.
So we'll say on your turn, you grab the second oar,
Princess
you both
Allura.
slide over, and you
Can
climb
we-
someone in the
everything.
sack,
You get
Allura.
an additional 15
Somebody in the
Okay.
sack.
And then starting from the next time,
What's
each
in
of
the
your movement
sack?
count is 30.
What's in
What's
the
in the
sack? What's
So,
in the
Just
sack?
a sack
Gonna be
full
your
of air.
turn.
We probably shouldn't reference
Les,
that movie.
at this point, you see the man clinging to life and very rapidly bleeding out, and the eyes begin to go dark on the top of the water as the body begins to kind of fold together and now begins to slowly sink into the water. The bubbles are coming up out from underneath. You can kind of track roughly, we think, where that sack would be. Maybe about another 10, 15 feet further down at this point. But looking into the water, trying to get a beat on where any of those creatures are, your vision is not far enough to be able to see into that depth.
Okay, I'm gonna dive back into the water and try to get the sack up.
Okay. So as
Kill
you
the
do dive back
townsfolk.
into the water,
Murder hobo style.
They're all there.
two harpoons begin to streak up towards you, holding their action
Out of the water?
inside. So as
So
you
right
dive
when I
down,
hit the water, they try to go up.
as you dive down and get down further into the water, then the harpoons streak out at you. They're at disadvantage.
So they're already at disadvantage.
Yeah, they're already at disadvantage because they're outside of their active range. That's going to be a 13, so that one misses. Second one.
Come on.
Second one is going to be a 17.
Just
Bye.
hits.
It's okay. It'll get you closer to the goal if you.
That's
get
And
true.
I can't riposte against range attacks.
So riposte is a melee attack.
It's okay.
That is another 9 points of piercing damage.
That's okay.
And I need you to make another strength check.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So at this point, you would have used 20 feet of your movement to go down into the water.
It's 25 minus 9.
Yep. So 16.
16.
Yep. I need you to make a strength check.
Can you do anything but swimming in the water?
Nope.
No, I don't think.
Oh no, that's not good. 7, 8, 9, 10.
17. You get pulled 20 feet further down into the water as suddenly
okay.
the harpoon gets emerged from your body. So you use 20 feet of your movement. You've got, we'll say 35. We'll say it's full swim speed for this. So you've got 30 feet of movement, 30 feet more. So you would be able to just get to the surface and into the boat. You would not be able to grab the sack and lift it up with you because you're moving at half speed.
Get the sack. Get
No, I'm gonna fucking die, dude.
Okay.
I'm not down the fucking sack. Yeah, I just go back to the boat.
So
I'll
just
die.
like feeling that and just kind of looking down, you can see where the sack is and you can trace its movement pretty easily. The bubbles are still fairly prevalent at this point, and you do notice that there is movement inside the sack. Something seems to be pressing against the edge.
It's a puppy.
Can I?
Or a
am I
child.
anywhere near the sack? Can I touch the sack?
So you
Or a
so
girl.
you had jumped off the boat, fallen where the
Grandma's
sack
girl.
was. It was about here. You were about here. You got
Arrabelle.
pulled 20 feet down. So you're past where it is now. You could touch it and try to lift it up, but you're half movement to get it up.
I'm gonna go to the sack and open it.
It's
a-
open it. That would use an action, so you would not be able to dash.
I have fucking action surge.
Okay.
That's your last one though, right?
Oh, wait, if you have action surge, you could do it. You
Yeah.
could grab the sack and pull it up.
Yes, that's what I do.
Okay, so because there you can action surge to move again.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
so you would be able to do that, grabbing the sack,
Fucking sack.
desperately throwing it up over the edge, and you do hear some muffled screams of a young girl.
It's
inside
fucking
the sack.
Arrabelle.
Yeah, no, I use my action surge and I
And
fucking
Are
do
we
that.
sure it isn't
With
just
that,
like a gnome or something?
3 more harpoons.
I died neutral good.
All of them missing
Oh.
because of your additional movement.
Yeah.
Out, but you do notice that there's 2 that you were thrown at originally from the 2 that you knew about, and 3 others that had come out from inside other parts of the aquatic plant life.
Goddamn
All
creatures of the
throwing harpoons
Barovia
at you.
Lagoon.
But with a 60-foot range, you being 80 feet away, they throw them desperately trying to hit you to prevent you from escaping, but are unable to hit
escaped.
you.
One last Aquaman burst.
Oh no, it's not even a burst. It's a literally grab on and flop. It's just a flop and roll in and hope to God that nothing pierces the bottom of the boat.
I guess not everyone's as good at inaccurate attacks as
So
Lucas.
you
You got there.
you hear coughing and spluttering, water being expelled, and the screams and cries of a young girl inside the sack. That's your turn. From there, we're gonna come to Hope.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Giddy
So
up!
I've seen Les come out with
So
a
you saw Les standing. You saw the guy in the boat get shot and fall into the water. Les dive off the boat, crawl back in, hoisting a sack with even more blood pouring out of his body at this point, and you are 400 feet away. You and Cinnamon are now water walked. You can dash on Cinnamon as an action, so you can move 120 feet if you wanted to do that.
I think, yeah, because I don't think I really have anything that is like that can attack within that kind of range even.
Well, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing to attack.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh, this is so cool.
yeah, I'm just gonna
Defenders of the universe.
just run for it.
baby.
Me and Cinnamon on the water.
Alright?
I'm like, yeah, come on, Cinnamon, we can do this. Let's get this.
And then begins to just rapidly dart across the water, and it being as calm and clear as it is, no issues at all moving that 120 feet.
Yeah,
Close
it's
the
like-
gap real fast.
Cinnamon, you got this. You're doing wonderfully.
You're on your way. Leaf, 400 feet away, standing on the edge, you see
With
Les
a boat.
bleeding desperately out of everywhere. Giant chunks of his armor being destroyed, and parts of his arms being ripped off and bleeding out. You are 400 feet away. What would you like to do?
There's a girl in the bag.
I feel like there's a
He
lesson
doesn't
to
know.
be.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lesson to be learned here, but that's for later.
Yeah,
Lessons?
don't split the party.
Yeah.
They call them
I just-
lessons for
I-
a reason.
I just said, I wrote down, have you learned your lesson?
Yeah.
As soon as you see the little girl in the bag, you're gonna all feel like a bunch of fucking
Hey,
dicks.
I killed that guy.
appreciate what you do.
I'm with you.
I'm with you, Les. You get old friend privileges back.
Aw.
That's fun.
Yeah, there's nothing I can really do aside from just be pushing this boat or dragging this boat out into the water.
Okay, so you begin to move. The boat doesn't really offer you any resistance,
Okay.
so you can easily
Not
move
like
your
this
full
way,
move
down
and
full.
action to double it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're 60 feet
60
out.
feet, yeah.
Totally fucking Arrabelle,
As
too.
Hope
Just watch.
on Cinnamon just begins to streak
I'm still
further
there.
out into the water.
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah, absolutely.
Bottom of the round,
Okay,
we
thank
come
you.
to the other three.
Just let me know when I'm
Where you
120
head
to
out
60 feet
Coconut?
out. That's kind of my,
No,
that's my
it's,
sweet spot.
grapefruit.
And no one's near the boat yet, right?
Yeah,
Not
I
even
haven't
close.
seen
The
coconut
closest
in a
is about
while.
280
I think I saw it
feet
there.
out is Hope.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying he was at the boat. So my bad.
No,
Yeah, I
he's
need that
pulling
coconut with
another
the
boat.
purpose.
Right. Sorry. I thought you said he was approaching the boat. That's why I screamed.
So, bottom of the round, everybody just kind of pauses and hesitates for a second. You both still drawn. Eventually, loose the string slightly, and nothing appears to be breaking the surface. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Les is now in the boat, disappeared underneath the lip of it, but nothing appears to have broken the water, and nothing appears to be assailing.
Boat's
the
just
boat
gonna
at the
go.
moment.
Can I see below the surface of the water at all with dark vision?
You can barely with the reflections of everything. Make a perception check for me.
It's just this one guy underwater like this.
Oh, like that.
That's gonna be 23.
Dang.
Yes, bitch.
You see into the water, and you can see a good amount of aquatic life. You see that there are some fish in and around there. They're all kind of on the smaller side. Definitely nothing like what Les was describing. But you're still too far away at this point to really see anything of what he was talking about.
Classic fisherman story. They always say it's bigger.
You ever heard about the one-armed fisherman who caught a fish this big?
Oh my god.
I think we're
Or,
about to.
yeah, or,
Okay.
Ugh.
Well, even going 30 feet out, I'm just worried about going too far into the water because if I'm there on my own and then
You,
I don't know.
as far as
Yeah.
I'm aware, you can't get pulled under.
I can't get pulled out with water walk. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
you constantly just keep getting like.
You essentially act as negative buoyancy. Things can try to pull you under, but they're kind of thinking about fighting against gravity is the way that it
okay.
looks
I'm just gonna move my 30 feet of movement towards less then.
Okay, thank
like. 30 feet of movement towards
And I
us.
won't. I'll hold my attack in case something comes out that I can attack.
Okay.
But otherwise, I can't really do anything until I get to him.
Good to know. Alrighty, so from you, Les,
Ah.
inside the boat, you feel
Oh
impacts against the bottom of the boat.
One goes into you.
Not enough to pierce it, but you can feel the impacts of something similar to what you were being hit by, and then one just kind of splinters through just beside you. It doesn't impact against you, but then it's torn out, and the boat at this point now has developed a leak.
Okay.
That is their turn. It is now your turn. You have the closed, tied burlap sack beside you. girl inside still screaming, but now breathing somewhat normally, having spluttered out a lot of the water that she drank. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to wake her up. Is she awake? Is she?
She's screaming.
Okay.
Very awake.
She's awake, but the bag is...
All right. Hey. I'm here to help you. Please stop screaming. Stop screaming. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
You have to open the bag.
I did open the bag.
My hands are tied. Can you untie my hands?
Yes.
These little tiny wrists reach out with rope tied very, very tightly.
Okay.
Hands.
I start cutting them with my axe. One of my axes I have.
Your hand axe, sure.
Yeah. Rip that off.
Yep.
You have to be okay. There's the creatures in the water. They are not tritons. And
And she just kind of like looks at you at this point, having now like realized and actually emerged from the bag and looks at you and goes, "Oh God, you're one of them!"
No, Triton, good defender of every
Make a
reality.
persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
You're just
Actually, no, sorry, just straight
Show
roll.
her your legs.
Straight roll.
You're just
Give me
spraying
Well, this
water.
percentage was
Legs.
0,
Wait,
so
what's this?
Straight roll.
it is a straight
Yeah,
roll.
Oh.
Just a small
Definition
girl.
of straight roll.
14.
14. Okay. She just kind of like looks at you and just like begins to scream a little, and then kind of stifles it, and then like really actually looks at you and sees the wounds on your body, and is now kind of just like, and then now is starting to notice the water pouring in. That's your turn. On from there, we come to the doctor.
How far are we from the boat in our boat?
You, in your boat, are still 370 feet away.
God, we
Can I
should-
not shout at the party or anything?
Well, we can't
You'd be
really.
able to do that, but it's like most of your turn was open the bag, untie the girl,
Yell at a child.
talk to her, try and calm her down. That was pretty much your turn.
How many feet into the water is Les's boat?
It's 400 feet from the edge of the water.
So I'm only 70 feet out.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, no, because you held your action, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're 70 feet out. So you're still 330 feet away.
Can I? No.
Yeah. that's-
Can I ready an action?
No, because it was your action to do all of that, and I'll say that it was your part of your bonus action and action was to try and calm her down, which you seem to have succeeded at. All right. So sorry, Doc.
How far can we move in the boat with Allura and I both rowing?
30 feet.
30 feet per person who uses their movement. You can use an action to double that if you wanted to move 60.
Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll do that.
Okay. So you're just kind of telling Allura, we gotta get there, and just rapidly pulling that, trying to get as close as you can. You move an additional 60 feet, so now you're 310 feet away.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We're getting
So
there.
at this point, Allura.
Double that.
Double that. So now you're getting closer, 250 feet. You're beginning to catch up. You just barely bypass Hope riding on Cinnamon full tilt. And the two of you are just kind of like water wheeling. Not even really paying attention. And all of a sudden you just see like the front of the boat lifting and like little jet trails coming off the back as the two of them are just full tilt getting up there.
Can I just shout, "We're coming, buddy"?
That's an amazing visual.
So, from there, Hope, you on Cinnamon see them streak past. You're 280 feet away. You can close almost half that in a single movement if you wanted to.
Yeah. I can see. Can I see the girl now on the boat with
No,
Les?
she is still down.
All
like,
right.
Les is kind of leaned over to try and bring her out of the bag and help her. You don't. Yeah. you don't see anything.
I'm just gonna straight up ride Cinnamon hard,
All right. Another 120 feet.
Of course you are.
and I'm gonna go past you two again, considering you went past me,
Yeah.
and
So-
then be like, ah!
They're making the.
and just full on race going.
Yeah, and I'm like, Cinnamon, we can beat them.
And begins to move faster and faster. So, that's that. That's Hope. Leaf.
Got an idea.
You kind of slowly tugging the boat out. You're 60 feet off of shore, kind of holding pace
Am I-
with a leaf.
So we're just walking like, oh, you wanna?
You're literally just walking,
Yeah,
essentially,
kind of
and running as fast as you can
running with
along the
boat.
water.
Yeah, it's boat.
So wait, if I held my action in case of people
Anything popping
attacking,
out? Yeah.
can I then use it for movement if I...
No.
Oh,
You hold your
I
action
didn't
with
realize
a
that.
trigger. If the trigger happens, it happens. If nothing happens, you lose it.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep up with that.
keep on chugging. All right, another 60 feet, so you're 130 feet
Yeah.
out into the water at this point. So,
Y'all are gonna have to
top of the
carry us
round,
back.
Elite. Your action expires.
Yeah. Boo. Okay, it's fine. I still can't see anything below the. I can't see the creatures or anything like that.
You can see that the boat is starting to list slightly, and you can see that it's beginning to tip ever so slightly.
Okay. So if I use my action towards movement, I have my movement plus my action.
You have
So
your
I could
movement.
actually move 60.
Correct. You double your movement.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so from the 70 feet, you move an additional 60, so you're
beach
130
episode,
feet out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of you and Leaf just keeping
I
pace
don't know.
close
It's pretty well the
you a little bit
Barovian
ahead.
beach episode, I expect.
That's going to be your turn. Next up, Les,
I'm in a
you
fog.
feel the impact of 2 more spears. 2 more of those harpoons impacting against the bottom. 2 of them both punching holes.
Are they stuck in the boat?
No,
or are they
they're
just going
punching through and then ripping
Okay.
chunks of wood out. And at this point, the boat is really starting to sink. You've maybe got 2 more rounds before it starts to go under.
Okay. How far is their boat from me?
Their boat is 200. No,
No, mine.
hang on. Sorry.
Doesn't
You're-
matter.
You're 160. Yeah, no, you're 60, 60,
To like go
30,
back or something.
150, 250 feet away.
I'm pretty sure.
Can
I
I
can
use
command
gust
strike
of
double.
wind to like start pushing the boat
That's fine.
towards them? It only goes 15.
Yeah,
It pushes a
that's
person back 15 feet.
Nice.
But like, can I like try to use the gust of wind to like push the
Oh.
boat
At the
15
water?
feet towards them just to like get it moving a bit?
Go ahead and just.
But it's already submerged, so
That's the thing, is it's partially submerged, so
floating
just
anymore?
go ahead and make a. What would this be? I'll get you to make a wisdom check.
Yeah.
Just
Also,
roll and add your wisdom modifier.
Les, you can see that the person closest to you is me with a horse.
I know, but you're
Running on
150
water.
feet away.
And also, you have water walk, and the horse has water walk, so you can get them on the horse, and then
Exactly.
But you're still
Yeah.
far away, and as soon as I touch
Maybe
the
you
water,
carry
they're
the
gonna
girl,
throw.
put less on the
Yes.
horse. You carry the girl,
And we will
put less on
turn
the horse.
right back
or
around.
put Les and the girl on the horse.
So
Yeah.
you
It's
would
a,
be able
it's
to
a
do
war
that,
horse.
but you could
How many-
go ahead and.
It's a small
big
girl.
Yeah, but how much weight can the horse carry?
It has a strength of 18.
Alright,
So it
well,
can carry,
I guess I'll just try.
You can carry 30 times its strength modifier.
Wisdom
so,
check?
Yeah.
400, 500,
So like,
Definitely less than the girl.
540 pounds.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so we could put 2 people on the horse.
The horse, like, it depends kind of.
Size
it would-
of the horse? People?
It would, yeah, it depends on the
Okay.
size of the people. With Les being on the smaller side and the girl being a girl that Les could hold, that's probably about the extent of what the horse could carry comfortably.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Do you want to gust a win?
I try at 4.
Roll
Nothing.
4. Okay. So you like try to get any kind of movement, like lift up and get her to like bail out a little bit of water as best you can. You move maybe 5 feet. It's just not enough to move through the amount of water that's in there at this point. So that's your action.
Do you... This might be a weird question. Do you know magic at all?
No.
Alright. Fair question.
Do you untie my legs?
No, yes, I do. And I untie the legs as well.
Okay, so now she is fully outside of the burlap sack, and you see that she's wearing kind of a surprisingly nice, like dark off-white dress with like ribbon sashes around it. Hair is definitely mussed up at this point. A fair amount of dirt on her skin. The dress itself has got some snags and tears in it.
You wouldn't happen to know the Vistani, would you?
Luvash is my dad.
Oh!
Mamma mia! Spicy meatball.
Good thing we
Alright,
didn't
That's
kill
gonna
him.
be your turn. So,
I am gonna die because she's not gonna die.
so that
Made a
is,
promise.
You did make a promise.
Yeah.
Wow, you
Les,
really
Doc,
stuck a death flag in
you're
there.
up.
Oh, me? Okay. Yeah, I'm still just rowing.
It's a good
60
thing
feet,
you
so
grabbed that sack.
190. Allura.
Oh yeah,
Can you
let's double
imagine?
down.
If I
130.
didn't.
You're close.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
the
got
guilt.
this.
Yeah.
You're just barely beginning to overtake
guilt.
me.
You let a little girl die.
Oh,
We're 130 away now, so next turn we would
thank God I
arrive
remembered
there.
my action.
Next turn,
Yeah,
you
that's
10
good.
feet short because you move 60, 60.
Okay,
Was there
okay,
a dude
okay.
dumping her in
All right.
the water?
Let's
So
find out from
that's
her.
gonna be you guys.
Once we sing her.
Hope, you're up next. So
Yeah.
you're 160 feet out. You can almost close the gap. You can get
Really
just
miss
about
having
40
steps.
feet away if you run at full tilt.
Okay, if I was to run at full tilt,
That is all you can
yeah, I can't do anything,
No.
like... Yeah, I can't see anything still. Or can I? I can't see anything still.
do. Currently, no.
No, but I'll run and be like, Les, we're coming for you!
And you can kind of like see
Great!
You can see the blood just pouring out of wounds on Les right now, and you do notice that
I'm
the
so
Sorry.
relieved.
Very quick question.
yeah.
For shock and grasp, that works. It
It's a
has to be
touch.
a touch one,
Correct.
but it is like advantage if they have metal. How is it in water? Considering how water conducts electricity.
Kill everything in the lake.
It's,
Including us.
Everyone jump on 3.
okay, so
Like
the
there's a
thing,
Dragon
the thing
Prince
with water
episode
is
about this.
there are certain creatures that have vulnerabilities to types of damage. That's kind of how it works. It's not that it does anything extra, it's that if a creature is affected more by lightning damage, then the damage gets doubled.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I could like.
Yeah, there isn't a way to like touch the water and electrocute everything. It's not that strong. It's a cantrip. It's not like an 8th level spell that
You
just
know,
blow up a lake.
Gotta try my luck.
Yeah. So
But
you're
yeah.
moving 120 feet. All right, so you're 40 feet away at this point. Yes, you can see Hope just running, or on Cinnamon, galloping full tilt right
I
at
love
you.
that Cinnamon
and
has
begins
stuck.
to start to slow down ever so
Said it was a
slightly,
beautiful
almost
place,
within a
but
range
all
that you can
acquiesce.
run there.
In my head, I
or
think
just
of it as
barely swim and
SIN.
jump out.
Oh,
Wow.
yes,
Oh,
cinnamon.
cinnamon.
For Hope's many proclivities.
You've moved 120 feet out so far. Everybody else is just streaking off into the distance, and you're still 300.
I'm just gonna look over to.
200
Wait,
feet away.
sorry, you're still walking, right? Like,
I'm
Yeah,
running,
the two of
but
you
like
are running across the water as fast
we're
as you
kind of neck
can.
and neck. Yeah.
really
just a
should have
little bit
fucking
ahead.
invested in a horse or something.
We do have horses. They're just back at. They're back in town, right?
Yeah,
Who
at
did-
the end.
Well,
No,
I mean,
didn't we take them?
Only I specified.
we
No
all
one
know.
else
No, but we
specified
have the horses from the
horses.
Vistani.
and look, I ain't
That was
turning
why I
around and
asked.
getting one. Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's been real long. I'm just gonna keep running
okay, so another 60 feet.
side
You're
by side.
almost halfway there at this point.
Woo!
Bottom of the round, again, nothing happens. Top of the round, Elise, you're up.
Okay, still can't see anything in the water.
Still can't see anything in the water. You're still too far out.
Okay, so and I'm 130 feet out at this point.
You're 130 feet off of shore. So
Yeah.
you have 270 to go.
Can I just ask how much time has passed since we started running? It's not been that long,
Since you
right?
started running,
like 20,
15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm watching that hour that we have in the water because I'm wearing my armor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend my action and my movement both running, so I do 60 more feet to the water.
Alright, so going 190, so you're just about halfway there, just a little bit ahead of Leaf at this point. Next up, we get 2 more impacts. Oh, yeah. At this point, natural 20, one of the harpoons impacts against one of the sides of the boat and completely pierces through to the other end and actually impacts on that side and tears it asunder. The boat at this point is now sunk, so you are beginning to paddle at the start of your turn.
Can I? So I have some rations here from our bag of items that we had
Yep.
at the very start. How much does a ration recover health?
Nothing. Ration just sustains you
It's
for
like
food.
Skyrim. You're just eating wheels of cheese.
You have a potion?
Cheese,
Nope. Used
cheese.
that a while ago.
So
Second wind is
those
done.
were the 2 attacks from those. At this point, the boat has now almost fully sunk. You're kind of looking out. You can see Hope is real close. Doctor and Allura in a boat are right behind her, or behind them, I should say. And
Leaf and Elith are just way the fuck out of there. We're coming, buddy.
So,
You
I have a
at least
question.
another
At this
minute.
point, I could fire at them accurately.
Hold on. So I have hand crossbow,
yeah,
120 feet at disadvantage.
correct.
I have a grappling hook.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Fuck are you
I
gonna try?
somehow put the grappling hook into the hand crossbow and try to shoot at the horse?
The horse?
The horse?
You could just walk to the horse.
The horse is closest
40
to me.
feet away.
Yeah, I'm 40 feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you could just
But
like,
just shoot a
Oh, I
horse.
could try and
Shoot
throw
the
it.
horse.
okay. Or
Or
you
you
just throw the
just-
horse.
Swim there.
You're kind of
As
up-
soon as I get in the water, 5 of those things are gonna hit us.
You're in the water right now.
So the boat has
Exactly.
sunk to the point that you're up to almost your hips. You're still standing on wood, but the boat is now
You're up to
fully
your loins
submerged.
in water.
Also, I can heal shit very easily.
So it's up to you. You've got her. She is starting to tread water at this point because she's not tall enough to get that high, that height.
We're not gonna stand here, so I'm gonna try and use a grappling hook because I can throw it 40 feet, right?
You would be able to throw it inaccurately 40 feet. It's 20-foot accurate range.
Couldn't you just like go to Hope?
As soon as I swim, they're gonna
Can
shoot.
you throw the kill?
No, not when I'm in water. I can't throw. If I can,
Fog cloud.
if I can throw,
Yeah, where's the fog?
I
It might
wish
be
it
fog
helped.
cloud time.
If I can only throw a grappling hook 20 feet, I can't fucking throw a person.
Hit her like Bowser and Mario.
I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try to throw the grappling
Do you
hook
have
to.
rope too, or do you just have?
I have grappling. Yeah, I have rope and a
You're about
grappling
to
hook.
lasso
I'll say
a
that
horse
it's
right now.
your entire bonus action and action to affix your grappling hook to the rope and try to throw it.
I got nothing else I can do. Like, what am I gonna like? I have 16 health. I can't fight them. I'll die. I can't stay here. They'll shoot us. I only got. This is my only option to do
Shouts out to
something.
D&D.
Okay, so you're up to your waist. You rapidly grab everything out of your bag as quick as you can, tie it off, and just make the throw. Go and roll at disadvantage.
Ooh, this is gonna be sick.
You want a second?
No. Before I do this, I want to say to the girl, what's her name again?
Arrabelle.
Arrabelle.
Yeah.
Arrabelle, I made a promise to your father. You are not going to die on this day. And
Right after we
She's
killed
just
all
kind
your
of like staring
relatives.
down at the water. At this point, you can see like a couple of tears start to stream down her face.
5,
What about my older brother? Oh, we killed him.
Uh-oh. Bad news, friend.
15,
So
5
plus
plus
your strength,
3.
so 8. What's the horse's armor class?
It's really strong.
It's really strong.
Oh, fucking
It's 11.
Weird flex, but okay.
You pull back and like as
Alright,
you're
Chippy,
It's
trying to
actually
find
as
your
strong as I
footing,
thought it was.
trying to find your footing as best you can, kind of swinging it around, getting a long loop, and you get ready to let it go. And as you do, you reach out a little too far, and it just skims across the top of the water, and you lose a good amount of speed. It lands 30 feet, just a little bit shy of the horse. You've got your movement left, but at this point, at the end of your turn, you're going to be treading water.
I'm going to say to her, swim to the horse, and I dive down to distract them.
Okay, so you've got 30 feet. So as you dive down, as you fully submerge,
You
stay,
go, I
you
stay.
stay. So you still have slight cover from the boat.
Yeah, can I like take one of the, so like say, swim to the boat, I'm going to distract them, grab the wood panel, and just...
Okay. Well, like the boat is still somewhat intact. Like you can kind of press yourself against the bottom of the boat to hide.
Like
as
for
best
low
you can.
cover?
Yeah, you can just
Yeah,
hold on to
you
it.
can
You-
give
you're
yourself
fine.
cover, which
Okay.
gives you a bonus to your AC.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. So boat begins to sink.
So I lost my grappling hook then, my rope?
Yeah, your grappling hook and your rope are gone.
Okay.
At this point,
Beach episode, guys.
Yeah.
How much of a fun time are we
Where's the,
gonna
where are the
have?
fucking watermelons?
He's all pissed because the watermelon's in the boat. We're
let's-
gonna have fun
at this
today.
point, you
I'm
feel.
not gonna let this ruin it.
It's a miss. It's a miss.
Come on, baby.
It's a natural.
It's a miss.
Come on,
Damn,
baby.
buddy.
You hear as you press yourself down into the water and all of the noise of everything up above. You just feel the and retract with nothing on the other end. Their throws appear to not be quite as close as the other two, and they did not quite have the strength to actually pierce the boat any further, dealing additional damage to you. So the boat is still sinking. You still have a fairly intact hull that you're kind of hiding yourself in as best you can, out of sight. So you're still okay. Doc.
Oh,
and
going.
Laura.
We're moving.
All right, so you guys at this point are 40. You would be able to make it there with both of your movements.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, just our movement.
Just so you movement and action.
Yeah.
To move 60 feet because you were 120, 240,
Yeah.
300. You started out at 30.
Yeah.
You'd be able to get 390. You'd be able to just barely
Be 10 feet out.
get
Yeah.
there. You're 10 feet away at this point. And you would be able to see this girl now treading water.
Has she, because Les told her to swim, has she gotten any closer to
Not yet.
like?
She hasn't had a chance to go yet.
Okay.
She's just kind of was told that, and then Les just vanished under the water, and now you two are desperately, drastically rowing as fast as you can. It's your action and your movement to get to that point where you're 10 feet away.
Yeah.
You'd be able to yell something
Okay.
to her. If you
Totally. I'm yell at her. We're with him. Come to the boat.
Make a persuasion check.
So if this is...
Shouldn't be hard.
How many spaces is the boat? 2?
The
Like
boat?
2 squares?
It's 2 squares, yeah.
18.
18? Okay. She just kind of... And just
Kind of her best
very
option at this
slowly
point.
begins to start paddling. She's definitely on the slower side.
That's fair. Little girl.
Taking swimming lessons.
So, with that, we come to Hope.
So I'm there, and that would be Hope. That's 40.
Yeah, exactly. So So you're
Just
40
reference.
feet away. So with just your movement, you would be able to get to on top of the boat. But you have water walk. You have no way to get down to where Les is, but you could yell at him to come down.
Or you could get the girl.
Or you could pick the girl up as your action to get her on the
Oh.
horse.
Thanks, Hero 4.
Yeah, I can see the girl now in the water.
You can see the girl, you can get to the girl. And
Can I
you'll be able
see
to assist
anyone
her on
under the
horse.
water?
Under the water, you would see Les kind of pressed into the boat, hiding as best he possibly can.
And I can't see any of the people that have been attacking through the water,
don't
not
have
with
enough
my dark vision.
You don't have enough dark vision to be
I had like 60 feet.
Yeah, you don't have enough dark vision to be able to see.
Alex. Looking at what's happening and how close the doctor and Allura are to the girl, I'm gonna. So with my movement, if I use my action, I can have up to 60 feet of movement. Is
Well, no,
that
you
right?
have 60 feet. You can have 60 more feet if you use your action.
Oh, yeah.
You're 40 feet away at this point.
Yeah, and my action can only be to get one person.
Correct.
Ollie.
And you cannot reach under the water.
So,
Oh.
Yeah, so I can't get Les.
I wouldn't
yeah,
want
get
to
the
do
girl.
it.
Yeah, so I'm
Get the girl
gonna
on the horse.
get Cinnamon to run the 40-ish feet
Yep.
to the girl and be like, we're here to help. Please come with me and I can help save you.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
And then where is the rest of the party? How many feet
Get
away
on
are
the
they?
horse.
They're over 200 feet.
Oh, so they're get to the chabu.
Persuasion.
Get to the horse.
17.
17. She just kind of is treading water at this point, and you can see she like starts to dip as she reaches a hand up, and you just like grasp low as quick as you can and rip her out of the water and onto the back of the horse and just kind of plunk her down right behind you. You've got 20 more feet of movement. If you
I'm
want to do
glad I
anything.
just randomly
I'm
started
gonna-
pushing
You're
the
dead
water.
center on the lake at this point, 400 feet in any direction.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get to Les so that you could get off and he could get on if he surfaced. It's not me.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I
Why
think
are you
I.
talking to yourself?
I know, right? Stop metagaming, Kaylee. God.
Well, that's the thing, because Arrabelle's still pretty near Les. Les is just below the surface.
It's true.
So, yeah, I'm gonna kind of.
Too big.
Yeah. Too big.
I'm gonna jump off the horse and get it to run towards the shore with Arrabelle on it.
Okay, so it moves the additional 20 feet. You basically just land on the water, smack its rump, and it begins to move back to where you came.
And yeah, so I'm right like above the surface where Les is.
Perfect. And drawing your sword and shield. Okay, so you
but
are.
I'm underwater,
You
she's
are not
above the
wearing
water.
armor at the moment.
No.
So your base
Okay.
AC is 12, plus your Dex modifier.
Is that how much of a difference it makes?
Yep.
Or do you know, and then the shield is +1 still.
No. The so it's 13. So it's your base armor class is 10, plus your Dex modifier, which for you is 1.
+2.
Plus 2, so that's 12. And then plus your shield, which is 2 bonus plus 1, so your base armor class is 15.
Okay,
Okay, so your AC is 15 right now.
right.
Okay. As Cinnamon begins to run back, you see the horse just passing right beside the boat. Arrabelle on the back of the horse, kind of desperately holding on to the giant haunches of the thing. That's going to be your turn. At this point, it is Arrabelle's turn. She is just desperately holding on to the horse, and is just going to try and get anything to move, but will move on your turn, which is fine. The horse does. Leaf.
Same old.
So you're now 180 feet in, so you're 220 feet out. Still a ways to go.
See y'all when I get there.
I'm good to
Oh no,
go.
sorry. You'd actually be 160 out.
Okay.
So bottom of the round, they are going to go ahead and.
Yeah, okay, that starts putting me in some range.
Is
next
Hope
time.
now like above me?
Yeah.
Hope is directly above you and is kind of like reaching down, one arm into the water to try and get you up onto the top of the water. This is
Get
going to
up
be 3
here,
attacks
Luvash.
coming against the boat. These are no longer going to be a disadvantage.
Are those guys ahead of me in
Yep.
initiative?
They're
Okay.
very bottom of the round. They're the last ones to act.
Oh,
They've
last
just
ones.
been
Okay, yeah.
readying actions every turn and not doing anything.
Ah, jerks.
Yep. So that is actually going to miss the boat.
Whoa!
Oh, I missed the boat.
That one is going to impact against the boat.
Hit water.
Actually, it's going to be a 22. That's going to be a 22. What is your AC? 17?
Echo.
18 with the low cover, isn't it? How much does the low
Well,
cover
no,
give?
it's just what's your base AC? Because you get 5 with full cover.
Oh.
So it's your AC is 17
Yeah.
plus 5.
Yeah.
So it's a 22. So that's still going to hit you.
Dang.
Okay, third attack. Third attack's at 23. That's going to hit as well.
Oh, would it? Because you said
I
21.
apologize. Sorry, it was 21. It's plus 6, not plus 7. So the first one would miss. The second one would hit.
Okay.
So you're still going to take the second damage. That's going to be 10 points. And I need you to make a strength check, contested.
It's for the new character.
Believe in you.
Natural 20.
Ah,
That's the first time that dice has
That-
turned out for you.
I
Hey,
know,
no,
really.
it did. It gave me 20 a couple times there.
That's a 10.
But that's the first time I saved my butt.
That's a 10 on their part. So the first 2 attacks, one impacts against the boat just a couple of inches over to your left, and you instinctively scurry away and feel the harpoon impact right against the side,
God.
right into the center of your chest, and begin to pull you, and you just grab onto it and pull it back, and you can feel it loose out of the creature's hand for a second, and then eventually you rip it out and let it go further down into the
Do I
water.
have to
Your
let it
small
go?
intestine. also.
So, but you are still alive. Your cover at this point is completely obliterated. You have partial cover, so it's going to be plus 2 to your AC, hiding amongst the scraps of what's left. Top of the round, Leaf, you're up.
Can I see anything in the water yet? They're all still hidden.
If you move an
Just all
additional
this
30
flurry.
feet, you've got 120 foot dark vision, right?
150 feet.
150.
This is so exciting.
I know.
No.
We're going to be able to get
Okay.
Still over 160.
plan.
You're over
Get in, get out.
180
Oh, yeah.
wide.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never let
Okay,
go.
no,
that was our
The
plan the
additional
entire
30
time.
at
What
that
else were we
point, you would be
doing?
able to look
Yeah,
at the
no,
water
I
and
mean,
just
we're
be
not
able to
gonna
make out
fight
some
these
things.
guys.
No.
We are
Okay.
completely-
But I can
Yeah.
move and then
You
attack.
can fire
I mean, we could
blindly
have
if you wanted to.
enough that we
You're
were all
rolling
there at the same
at
time,
disadvantage
and Les was
and
at
will have a cover
100%
bonus.
off.
We could also fight all of them on land.
Well, technically,
Okay, I'll just use my turn to get the 60 feet in.
Okay, so at this point you're 150 feet out, and at that point you kind of like look into the water and you think you can start seeing something, and you just duck your head under, and you are able to see that there are 2 creatures that are floating very close to the boat, and 3 more that are a little more further down into the water, but those are the ones that you can see.
Okay.
Okay. Except we come to those 2. Les, this is going to be 1 attack against you in the boat with an AC bonus. That is a natural 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Echo.
They hit themselves.
Thank
the
yeah,
Lord.
if there's a nat 1, surely they hit one of the
We're not
pals.
setting this precedent.
We are not
No,
setting-
but we have had this happen with us.
Oh, that's
like
true.
we said this
we
in the
done?
last
We
session, and you were
absolutely
like,
did.
"This is a precedent for us,"
So
and
we're
then
doing
we
that.
had to
No,
deal with
there's a
it.
difference there. An arrow was going to be shot through 3 people at a single target. On a natural 1 through that, that's where the character has to make a dex save to not be hit by an arrow. So in this case, these are the 2 that are up higher.
Wait, if they're
They
not
are
aiming through
shooting
each
through
other.
it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
This is the second
Okay.
attack against you, Les.
Sorry for.
That's going to be an
all
18.
good.
It's a 12 plus 6.
I forgot
You have
that.
17 with a 2 to your cover bonus.
So you're
because
nine.
of the scraps of the raft that are left. That misses by 1. Les, it is now your turn.
Can you heal it all?
Get in our boat.
You are 20 feet under the water. You do have the boat that is 10 feet horizontally from you that you would be able to get to and crawl into using just your action. Just your movement. Or you have Hope standing on water, which to you, you're super fucking confused. But Hope is standing on
Oh, yeah.
water directly
Why
above you.
swim?
Get to Hope.
What do you do?
I don't know, get in the boat with us.
You dog yourself.
So many.
I mean, I'm right there.
You know you can
Peanut
get
gallery.
either one. Which one are you going to?
I'm gonna get to the boat.
Get to the boat. All right. So seeing Hope kind of making her way up and diverting at the last second and breaching into the boat and just flopping down, the 2 of you just see Les wrecked. Giant torn pieces of muscle, armor in complete disarray, heavy breathing, blood starting to pour into the bottom of the boat, but alive.
Dead fish.
Doctor, it is your turn.
I am going to. It's an action to like force a potion.
Say
Correct?
a bit.
I'm gonna use an action to just say a bit.
I'm just gonna say it.
Hello,
Let's
friend.
chill out. Splash some cold water.
I am going to force a gingerbread into less. I have one. I have 2 left.
You do. So go and roll the.
Love that
My
one
two,
shot.
too.
Save your ass
Where's my
so many
D8?
times.
So that's 4 plus 4, so 8.
Oof. Okay. Got nothing.
Excuse you. You're welcome.
8 hit points. So as an action, you do that. You do have your movement if you wanted to move.
Oh boy, I want to get out of there.
So 30 feet back.
Yeah.
Starting to move your way back.
So we just
leaving
stop. We're
Hope
like, oh, okay.
in the middle of the water.
Sorry?
Leaving Hope in the middle of the water.
Well, we can only carry 3 in a boat.
That's true.
They're also walking on
Yeah.
the water.
They can just take a little saunter.
So that's your action to feed
I'm
and
coming
the
out
bonus
to help
and
you,
your
friend.
movement. You have a
Where's
bonus
the
action if there's
gingerbread
anything you'd
supposed
like to do.
Bonus action. I think I actually do have a bonus action. I'm gonna pull. No, that's an action.
And flip 'em off.
You know what? My plan was not unlike that.
Thank God.
Frig. No, I don't think I have anything.
You still would have been able to make it
Nice,
there,
just
but
drop a chunk.
oh boy.
I would have died.
Oh. Can I?
Well,
So.
no, you would have, yeah, because you wouldn't have had cover anymore. Sorry.
Oh, I got nothing for a bonus.
Okay.
So actually, can I, as a bonus, get Rick to like push the other body down, like the body of the fisherman down into the water a little, to like try and
The
distract
other
them?
body is starting to slowly sink anyways.
Yeah.
It's been sinking for a couple of turns at this
Yeah.
They don't care about
point. Like,
It's fresh meat. They might be interested.
yeah, they don't seem to be paying any mind to it because it's not moving.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
but Allura, it's your turn.
Yeah, whatever.
Action to feed some gingerbread.
Or let's just get out.
Les, how you feeling?
You look down, and even with the
On a
gingerbread,
scale
you
of
see some
1
of
to
the wounds
30
starting to heal, but he still
Little
looks
14.
thrashed utterly.
So if I... Hope, are you coming?
Can I reply? Not on my
Not
turn.
really.
Can I whisper under my breath something?
To me.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
This is just in the heat of the moment. You see this. Les is heavily bleeding. Hope is in the middle of the
Okay,
water. They're
I'm
starting
gonna-
to turn and
We
walk
healed him
towards
up.
you.
Let's get out of
I
here.
can also cure wounds once I get there.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
can.
think
Yeah,
gotta-
let's
I think we gotta
I
heel
would
turn and start
then
getting
just
out.
do our
Let's
my
get the heck
double
outta here.
movement.
Double movement.
Yeah. I just don't want to leave Hope.
Okay.
Hope
So,
can run.
30
I'm a
feet.
big person.
Additional 30 feet. So you two being
not very much.
10 feet away are
Big
now
in
90
spirit.
feet back. So you're 300 feet from the water, about 100 feet from the center of the lake, 100 feet from home.
Cool.
Okay.
100 feet from Hope.
100 feet from home.
Okay.
Okay, so next up we come to Hope. You seeing the boat beginning to leave and very rapidly starting to pull away, some of Les's wounds being healed, but you now utterly alone in the center of the lake. You look down and you see that there are 2 creatures that are not too far away from underneath you, readying harpoons. What are you doing?
Seeing them ready their harpoons, can I use Hellish Rebuke?
Hellish Rebuke is when you get hit.
Bollocks.
You have to do it not on your turn when you get hit by
Oh.
Sorry, that was a bird.
Da-dum.
This foe is beyond any of you.
So, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think, does it look as though they'd likely attack me if I move? Like, if I kind of, like...
You don't know. They're readying harpoons. You're not sure if they're attacking or if they're taking a defensive stance.
And...
You would be able. Cinnamon is only 20 feet away. You would be able to run to Cinnamon if you wanted to, and jump on a horse.
Yeah, I think I would do that. Run to Cinnamon, jump on, and then use Cinnamon speed.
Well, you get your speed, which you're moving 20 feet of, so that's 2/3 of your movement. So 2/3 of Cinnamon's movement would be 35 feet, so you get about another 10 feet of movement.
Okay. They get 60 feet, so 2/5 would be
Sorry,
like 20 feet.
20 feet, so you get another 20 feet. That was 50 for some reason.
Yeah. So I'll jump on and kind of, I might seeing the people in the water, and I will be at the back of the horse so that I can be further protection to the young girl, and I'll actually use that pretty far out now, so there's no point. Actually, I'll just call out in general, being like, there's people in the water that look like they're gonna attack with harpoons or some kind of weapon like a harpoon.
Alrighty, so that's gonna be your turn.
I'm gonna turn to Elise.
Like a harpoon or some kind of
I'm gonna
weapon.
turn to Elise and be like,
I was like, I don't know if Hope knows what a harpoon looks like, so...
we getting involved in this, or is this
I mean,
So you're 140 feet out at this point. You've got Elith right next to you. You're now seeing less, having been hauled into the boat and beginning to sit up a little bit. Some of the wounds starting to close, but still definitely looking thoroughly hurt. And then Hope riding on their horse with a young girl kind of at the reins, holding her close as they begin to make their way back as well.
I realize this now, Elise, but we probably could have just gotten in the boat
I was just
and
thinking
doubled
that.
our fucking movement.
I was just thinking that. I guess we could have. Well, we can now. I mean,
Let's
get in the boat because.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in the boat that I've been pulling.
Will the boat hold both of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boat is designed to hold three people. With you, probably just the two
Counts
of
as
you.
two, yeah. It's one of these, like this shallow house.
Well, it's actually because you're sitting on opposite sides.
Yeah,
so
just
it's more
like
like
that.
this.
Sweet. Yeah, and I want
Okay.
to start just boom, man.
Should we try and get towards Allura and the Doctor and Les and try and get him out of danger, or do you think we should go back to shore? If you paddle, I can fire cover at anything coming
Don't
after
start
us.
paddling the other way.
Okay. Alrighty. So you two.
Yeah.
Are you staying still and rotating, or are you moving closer towards?
I think we're rotating back the other way.
What do you? I don't know. What do you think? We could probably try and intercept the Doctor and Allura and Les,
They're gonna
but
keep going by us.
yeah,
I think.
I think everyone's retreating at this point. So
Let's
because we just get
let's
into the
let's
boat
not be a casualty
and
in
go
case
back
shit
to
goes
shore.
Okay.
Sure thing.
So between the two of you, I'll say you're able to hop into the boat using your movement. We'll come to Elith on her turn.
Walked in the water,
and begin to turn
shot and
around
killed
go back
someone.
the other way.
Got in a boat, went back to shore.
Hey, I did less than that, so.
Fun day at the lake.
Les did way more than that.
Bottom of the round.
You did less than that?
Hope looking into the water, trying to get a glimpse on, because you could only see the two creatures. You couldn't really see the three that were further on. You begin to see them rapidly darting up towards you as three harpoons break the water, throwing at Cinnamon. Trying to bring the horse down. First attack, that's going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh fuck! The
Yeah.
that's like a.
First attack is
I remember you were
10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay. I need Cinnamon to make a strength check. So
Come
just add the strength
on,
modifier.
Cinnamon.
That's a 13 strength.
That's an 8. So the harpoon impacts against the belly, and you hear just a from the side
Cinnamon.
as the blood begins to just spill out
Artax.
onto the water and begins to mix in. But the harpoon pulls out without any real impact there. Without any
Seriously.
listing on the horse. The second spear is coming up.
No.
Still sad.
That's a 21
Fuck.
to hit.
Cinnamon comes back, guys.
That is 12 points of piercing damage.
no.
Yeah, Cinnamon's down.
Okay, so the way this works, if I'm not mistaken, is they don't die, they vanish instantly. Double check.
Catch Arrabelle.
Shit, get the girl.
You should be. You were
I mean,
holding
Arrabelle
on to
went
Arrabelle.
They're
to,
holding
uh,
Arrabelle.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're holding Arrabelle.
There's only 3 people per boat.
Yeah, so we have you.
Right.
It
Yeah, and
disappears,
these guys
leaving
turned
behind
around
no
already.
physical form. So
I gotta go
suddenly
back.
As
I can still
Hope
fire though.
with Arrabelle on the Cinnamon, begin to get up to full speed and just starting to get to that point. Two harpoons spear through the water, impacting both sides of the horse as it just vanishes, and you and Arrabelle tumble forward onto the ground, moving about another 10 feet, we'll say.
Cool.
And are now you landed on the water and able to water walk and holding yourself there, but Arrabelle has begun to float. And there's going to be a third spear that ends up coming in.
Oh fuck.
This is going to be a disadvantage because
But I thought Arrabelle went into the boat, though.
No.
no,
Arrabelle
was on the horse.
On the horse.
Yeah.
Hope reached down and grabbed her and pulled her into the horse. Pulled on her onto the horse. This is going to be a disadvantage attacking You know what? I'm
Hey,
gonna roll a
Elise.
D100 for this.
Elise, since we're in the same boat, is it we're in the same boat here?
Oh, this is gonna be attacking you.
Okay.
Is
At
it?
disadvantage.
Can we actually?
That's gonna miss. That's a 10.
I can.
So that will
have
miss.
like range.
So third
It goes under.
harpoon
I can
streaks out of the
Sorry.
water.
I can drop all these
At this
blasts
point,
on these
you
guys.
are 60 feet away from their boat, and you are standing on the water with Arrabelle swimming beside you as you see the 3 that come up out of the water getting closer to the point that they were able to throw their harpoons, and the 2 that were near the water's surface are beginning to chase.
Okay.
Top of the round, Elite, what are you doing?
Okay.
You at this point are within sight. You
Yeah.
can see all of them. You would be able to shoot them
Yeah.
accurately because you're within 150 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a hunter's mark
I
onto
have
whichever
no
one is
gingerbread.
closest to Hope,
Okay,
and I'm gonna fire.
go for it.
Oh, I
Make
actually
your
do have a
shots.
healing
First
potion.
attack.
I think.
Oh, I've got lay on hands and.
Oh yeah, I'm just worried about last.
I'm worried about
19.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
I have 1 potion.
So 1d8 plus 1d6.
Is it 1d8 plus 1d6?
Hunter's mark.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Unless
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to take over rowing, and I can start
That's
dropping
gonna
all the
be-
blasts into these guys.
7. That's gonna be 11.
Just not gonna have to say Abigail.
15.
Arrabelle. Fucking just met the fucking person.
And you vowed to save her life.
Yeah, but Hope's right there. Hope can pick up.
15.
And then, do I get to attack again?
Yeah, because you have
They
extra
can't
attack
be
at
pulled
fifth
under.
level.
Yeah.
So you have
They
second
can't.
attack.
No, they can't.
Oh,
They cannot.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Sweet.
No, but with
Yeah,
water.
Okay.
through the
They've
water.
got walk on water.
Doesn't
That's gonna be
It's not a,
13.
Yeah, but you can't pull.
13
You can't
still
pull someone
just
into
hits.
the
Oh,
water.
fuck
It's
yeah.
like
Roll
we're-
Okay.
damage. 1d8
It's
plus
like a-
26.
I don't think so.
It is. I mean, I can.
That's the 7 again, so that's gonna be
We're good.
But it could, like,
13
hit
again.
them.
No, sorry, 11
I
again
don't want to
plus
pull them off of the water.
exactly the same, 15
The
again.
whole water's
again.
solid, just
Okay.
where they're walking.
Yeah, no.
So-
it's
No,
not
no,
water.
no, that's
Yeah.
The
the
rest
spell.
of you,
It's a spell.
looking back
Yeah.
and trying to figure out what's going on, you kind of look ahead at your destination. You see Elise just kind of lean over into the water and draw the string just above the edge of it, placing the arrow tip just underneath the water, and loose a single arrow and rapid succession fire a second one off. And you just don't hear anything. And then you just see 2 trails of blood begin to come up from underneath the water. 2 hard impacts against one of the creatures that is right near the edge of the water.
Nice.
Definitely looking hurt, but still alive.
I can't remember if I've ever said this, Elise, but you're
So-
really fucking cool.
That's gonna be your
Cheers,
turn.
mate.
As I'm rowing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your turn.
Yeah.
Those 2 are up next. So this is gonna be 1 attack against Hope.
Yeah. Can I also, because if I was holding Arrabelle whilst I was riding the horse, would I have let Arrabelle out of my grip when
Well,
Cinnamon
you were
disappeared?
holding onto the reins because you can't be holding her and the horse.
yeah, that's
You're
true.
holding onto the reins. She's in front of you. You could grab her to the point that, like, you
You
are
could-
holding her, but it's also that she will sink in water. You don't. So when you land, you're rolling.
Okay.
She hits water and stops.
Yeah, she'll.
Okay.
Right. So this is gonna be 1 attack against you and 1 attack
Just
against
said.
Arrabelle.
One attack against
Water walkers, you
Arrabelle?
cannot
Yep.
get pulled in
Fuck.
water.
First attack against
Okay,
you.
Kim, remember critical role?
That's gonna be
When they're
a 16.
underwater?
Your AC is 15.
Yeah,
Water
so that's
doesn't
gonna
have water
hit.
walk.
He does. No, I'm talking.
That is 12 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Arrabelle doesn't.
No, I know.
And I need
That's
you to
what
make a
I'm
strength check.
Well, we're concerned about Hope getting pulled.
We're about to find out. So let's.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just rolled a nat 1, so...
That's a 22. So you, with water walking, your form. I need to read how water walking.
Yeah. So
It's
this
not
is
a
what, this is what we're
concentration,
debating.
right?
It's not
Yeah.
concentration. This is what we're
Because,
debating.
yeah, it's
right?
not concentration.
I can willingly drop it though.
You can.
Please don't.
Actually, we're all. Oh yeah.
No, we got. Cinnamon is AWOL.
The spell carries the target to the surface liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't break surface.
No, you can.
Oh.
But you'll just bob back up. It's like
on your
a
turn,
balloon.
You'll immediately bob
Yeah,
back
you're-
up.
I
It's
see.
like a
So,
balloon.
Okay.
Hope you get pulled 20 feet under the water as your feet kind of upend you and you're suddenly upside down.
Diving in dry suit.
With your
It's
body
exactly like
willing you to be
balloon
on the
feet.
water's surface, but you are
Okay.
pulled 20 feet underwater. This is going to be now 1 attack against Arrabelle. Swimming.
Oh fuck.
That is an 8, which does not hit her armor class
Oh,
of 10.
thank Christ.
Thank God.
It is a natural 2. Oh my god. Okay, so
Okay.
she is like swimming desperately, thrashing around in the water and unable to get a bead on her. The second harpoon comes streaking out. You two just see it emerge from the water and splash harmlessly, not impacting against anyone before being sucked down underneath again.
Fuck it.
That is their 2 turns because they only make 1 with the harpoon. So, Les, you are inside the boat. You are hurting, but you are alive.
Go farther in. At least get the little girl in.
You
so I can
are
get out.
currently 60 feet away from a now Hope, who was under the water, having vanished from sight slightly, and Arrabelle, who is treading water with the steed vanishing. What are you doing?
Hey, bud, you want the oars?
It's Abigail, right?
Arrabelle.
Arrabelle, damn it! It's Arrabelle.
It's Abigail. Who's Abigail?
It's Arrabelle. Arrabelle is the little girl from the Vistani camp. It's her.
Row us over there and we can get her.
If you give me a health potion, I can swim there and get there faster. I have to save them both. I can't let her die, and I can't let Hope die.
You can't take a health potion and get there. They're 60 feet away from you. You got 30-foot movement. You have your action and your movement to get to her.
But we could take the boat to her, and then we can pull her into the boat and zoom.
And the doctor and Allura can use their movement towards getting the boat farther towards her too.
We also are the ones with ranged weapons. We can pop guys under the water.
Alright.
Pew, pew.
Alright.
So if you want to take an oar, I'm going to hand him an oar and be like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Alright, let's go. Let's go get him.
So 30 feet of movement, so you're 30 feet away. You can use your action to move, we'll say, an additional 30 feet with the assistance of Allura. So you are now basically right beside where Hope and Arrabelle are on the water.
Okay.
You can now look down, and you can now, all of you, see that Hope has harpoon stuck in the center of their chest and has now been ripped out, and they are beginning to rapidly ascend towards the water, but are not quite there yet. That's going to be your turn, Doctor.
I'm going to pull Arrabelle into the boat.
Okay,
fly
so
to
you
the
reach
water
over,
with any
using your action,
speed.
lift her up,
Yeah.
pull her into the boat.
Yeah.
You got your movement and your bonus action left.
I'm going.
Okay.
We're friggin' moving. We're getting out of here.
So taking Allura off.
Yeah, I'll take Allura off an oar and we'll just go.
Okay. Allura,
He's
you
watching
are
the stream.
removed from an oar at this point. So Hope is still under the water.
Didn't want to roll anywhere.
Hope can walk on water. We're
Okay.
actually, Fred.
So you pull the Arrabelle in.
Arrabelle's on the boat.
Hope is 20 feet under the water, but
Yeah.
is directly below you.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I'm moving.
I'm just gonna work.
I'm moving because Hope's going to come shooting up out of the water.
Sorry. Directly below you, as in, like, you're offset slightly. Like,
Okay.
they'll bob up and then be
Boom.
on the water.
I mean, I'm still moving us. I'm going to move us to 30. Yeah?
I mean, you do what you're
It's
gonna
up,
do.
it's up to you. It's your turn. You want to move to 30?
Yeah, Hope will be fine. Hope's strong.
Okay.
Trust Hope. Bye
Alright,
now.
so 30 feet closer to the shore?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so that's going to be your full turn. Allura, you have either the option to begin to row, or you can do anything else, whatever you'd like
Can I
to do.
see any of them?
You can see that there are 2 underneath. You are able to see those. The remainder you can't as a human.
How far away are they from me?
From you, 30 feet.
And I think it's concentration as well.
I'm gonna take a hand cross shot.
Okay.
Right, I have to do something to do that. I was like, I'm gonna shoot them!
I'm hitting one of them.
I do it.
It's not a disadvantage, right? It's because I'm shooting into the water?
I do it and I succeed. Because
I do not succeed.
I did it. Oh.
That would be a 9.
9 misses. The bolt, you not really that used to shooting into water, aim it at a little bit too soft of an angle, and it just streaks off and then eventually goes off to the side.
Okay, I'm gonna take a second bonus action and take another shot.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
Yeah!
Oh!
So
Hooba,
that
hooba.
hits. You do not get sneak attack because you're not within 5 feet. No other allies within 5 feet, unfortunately. So sorry to take that one away from you.
But
But you do get double your dice damage. So d6 double.
I have so many 6s to roll though.
You've got cool things though to do.
Okay, so it's what is it?
So it's 2d6 or 1d6 double, your choice. But I assume everyone. We'll just say at the table, everyone, you're rolling twice the number of dice.
Yeah.
If you crit, okay. So 2d6 plus your dex mod.
Ooh.
And just checking, I'm assuming you were hitting the one that looks damaged, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Shut.
That'll be
I want the fresh one.
10.
10. Okay.
Fresh one.
Ready?
Fresh meat.
So, with that, the first one streaks wide, and the creature now kind of looking up at you and seeing a new target. You see this snarling teeth coming out in this
Oh, boy.
giant for the face as the hands kind of extend into this elongated stature, and you just manage to reload and fire a second shot off, and it impacts right against the neck. The creature is still alive and barely slowly moving at this point, but it's got a bolt sticking out of the side of its neck. That's going to be your action, your bonus action. You got your movement left. Hope is 20 feet under the water. You're already 30 feet away from them.
Some serious sport fishing.
Get us out of here, man.
I don't want to leave Hope.
Okay, so you're going to stay still?
Yeah, I can't use my movement to hide. Okay.
I hide in the boat.
I hide in the boat!
You can duck down and give yourself full cover.
As a harpoon comes from under the boat.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Does that...
These guys
would
know what
that
they're
It
doing.
increases
maybe
your
get...
AC. If someone is trying to hit you, it gives you a +5 bonus to your AC.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. So you duck down off the edge of the boat, nobody being visible at this point, doing your best to stay hidden. You have Arrabelle inside, screaming, crying her bloody eyes out at this point, but alive.
It's okay, Abigail. It's gonna be okay.
Oh,
Learn to trick
you
yourself.
20 feet below the water feel that that puncture wound suddenly release, and you just rocket to the surface and instinctively kind of plant yourself on all fours, dripping wet. But you are now 30 feet away from the boat. What would you like to do? You are prone, so you have to use half your movement to stand up.
Man.
Let's get out of here.
But yeah, the boat wouldn't fit me in anyway, would it?
Correct. But you have water walking, so
You can run the fuck over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and dash. So like using.
So 30 feet away from the boat, you stand up using 15 feet. We'll say use your 30 feet to get to the boat. You've got 15 more. That you start like pushing the boat as best you can to try and get everyone out of there as quick as you can.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be your turn. That is you, Leaf. At this point, they are 60 feet away from you.
Sorry,
60
because
feet
you
away.
always come already. You just notice the camera and you're like,
Do my best.
So they are 60 feet away from
Yes,
you.
I knew that.
Hope standing on the
not
edge of
good.
the boat,
That's the best.
pushing it
It's
as best
not
they
good at
can.
all.
3 people inside, alternating who gets to move the boat.
Yeah, they're really fighting.
And then
We're-
Arrabelle, the young girl, just crying
Yeah.
and soaking wet, and just assorted blood on her from different people.
Well, this has to be the worst beach trip I've ever been to. I'm just gonna say that right now, Leaf. Are we going to them? Or?
Fuck, I think we should probably provide cover and just sort of
Okay,
hang
yeah.
back until everyone else is... I don't want to go any farther
Okay.
because then I won't be able to
Perfect.
shoot them.
So I want to ready a spell.
Okay.
If there's anyone that comes in my general direction, I want to cast Sacred Flame on them.
Okay.
Any enemies?
Any enemies, yes. Yeah.
Just to
Hey,
clarify.
Leaf, oh god!
Fuck!
Yeah, Sacred Flame. So
Damn it,
what's your range on Sacred Flame?
Barbecue drow.
Sorry about that.
I think it's 100 feet.
Something like that.
Couldn't you put a second flame into one?
60
of them
feet.
now?
60 feet. Okay. So yeah, so you're still 60 feet away from the boat. Oh, sorry, no, that's not. Yeah, no, it's 60 feet away from the boat. But anything under the water, you're not within range, so you're holding it for anything to become visible to you. Okay. That's going to be your turn, no bonus action.
We could move a little
There's
bit closer
six-
so you can use Sacred Flame if you want. Like, they're still gonna...
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Do
You
you
could,
wanna-
you
yeah.
could move closer to use it, or you can stay where you are and hold it to then expend your reaction.
I feel like we're gonna be going that way anyways, right? So any
Yeah, you're right.
distance
It
we're
seems
go- okay,
silly
but
to-
they're 60 feet away.
They're 60 feet
How
away.
hurt is? Can I see how hurt Les is?
Les is still looking pretty
Visibly
fresh.
hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I wanna.
Bonus action, healing word.
Yeah.
Okay.
60 feet. Yeah.
Yep, 60 foot range, go for it.
Woohoo!
So,
Hey, Les.
what level?
Just first level.
Alrighty.
We saved the girl so far.
Nice. That's 1.
Huh.
And,
That's
Great.
1 hit
oh,
point.
jeez, sorry. I gotta cast this in a minute. 1.
You got this, Les. Leaf. Oh my god, sorry.
One of you.
We have a lot of
Stressful.
L.
It's stressful.
We have a lot of L names in
We
this
do.
game.
We have Elise, we have Les, we have Leaf.
It's 12 points of healing.
Allura.
12 points of healing.
12? Awesome.
I like that I can roll a 1 on that, and then
Oh.
it's, what is it, plus my casting Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
It's 1d4 plus spellcasting mod
Plus 2 plus my cleric level.
Yeah. So it's. What is that? It's plus 11?
Something, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Crazy. The amount of healing he gets off of a bonus action is just nuts. So holding a sacred flame, holding it in
Yeah.
place, dropping the oars into the water, waiting for that anything to come into view.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's going to be your turn. Bottom of the round, we've got
So,
3, 4,
yeah.
and 5.
Heal yourself.
Yeah,
You did? Okay, cool.
Thank
So
you.
we've got 3, 4, and 5. They are coming full into view underneath. Hope you kind of look down and you can see now that there are 5 of them there. This is going to be 3 attacks against you standing outside the boat. So first one, that's a natural 20.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus. 14, 18 points of piercing damage. And I need you
Okay.
to make a strength check for me.
I open up.
I still got some.
Okay.
She's at,
It's a
they were at
15.
36.
That was a 4.
Okay. You, holding onto the edge of the boat,
They're at
feel
18
this
now.
impact come up kind of into the back of your leg and pierce through the front side of your thigh. And then just pull down, and you're just instinctively
Crit.
sucked back
Crit
down
hit.
under the water again. This is going to be the second attack coming against you.
They're at 18 right now.
No, they got hit for 18.
That's a
And I'm at 18.
that's a 17 to hit. So it's going to hit.
Oh no, why did we get changed into our beach wear?
That's 9 more. I need you
Okay.
to make another strength
Okay,
check for
doing
me.
all right.
No.
No,
They're
still
not.
alive. They're
That
alive.
was
One more hit and they're
22.
22. You are not pulled an additional 20 feet down.
So far,
The
so good.
barbs on the
This is not
on the
good.
harpoon impact against you and just kind of slice across, but don't actually make any real purchase as the pieces pull back. Last attack. That is cocked, but that would have been a natural 20.
Echo.
That's going to be a 21.
Wow.
So that's another 14 points.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm
So you are unconscious under the water.
That's why
You
I
automatically
wanna
fail
just leave
strength
it
saving
there.
Water
throws.
walk.
You are pulled an additional 20 feet down.
Logically,
40
the
feet
body
down.
will still pop back up.
Yeah.
They are still a creature. They will still pop up
Yeah.
on their turn, which is the entire initiative order from now.
So fine, I'm just gonna start leveling bolts into these guys.
So, top of the round, Elif, you see Hope get dragged under the water, and you kind of leaning over the edge see them get pulled another 40 feet, and their limbs begin to go numb.
Can I see?
yeah, I'm going slack.
Can I see what is, like, what are the harpoons being like? Are they with rope or chain or what?
Leather straps.
Okay. I get 2
You've
attacks,
got
right?
one that is very hurt. You've hit it twice, and you saw that there is a bolt sticking out of its neck. It looks like it's on its last leg.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other one that is directly beside it. They're basically right underneath the boat. And then you've got 3 more that have just come up into a close range, about 20 feet from the surface, but
Okay.
still lagging behind a little bit. So,
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the one that's hurt.
okay, go for it. Make your attack.
16,
16 hits. Go and roll damage.
and that one I have Hunter's Mark on, so I get an extra.
Not the heart of our party.
So that's gonna be 8 plus. Oh, that's enough. Okay.
So with that, you're lean down and finding that hunter's mark target. You loose your first arrow and just strike it right through the center of the head. It impacts against the back, and the bolt just throws it backwards as it begins cartwheeling off, blood streaking out. You can see the other creatures looking around desperately and eventually catch eyes. Look right at you.
And like,
You got your bonus
Come at
action
me,
to
bro.
allow you to move hunter's mark if you want to do that.
yeah, I want to do that. Can I see which one is holding the rope that's got Hope?
Sure, it's one of the ones that's further away. It's still within your accurate range, but it's at this point detached from Hope,
Okay.
and they're beginning to reel it back in.
It's attached already. Okay, so I will fire the next one. Oh, Hunter's Mark, the next one that's closest to Hope.
Okay, so that would be the one that's right underneath the boat, essentially 5 feet away from
Okay.
How
Yeah.
close are we to?
I'll Hunter's Mark that one. We're still 60 feet from them, I think.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
You're 60 feet horizontally and 40 feet vertically.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So,
Can we
second attack.
boost it there?
Go
I
for
think
it.
I have an idea.
Can we boost it?
Oh, it's up to you.
Boost what? The
You got your
attack?
movement to be able to get the boat there for 30 feet if you wanted to try. You've got your second attack regardless, so you're doing that anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing the second attack anyway, so I'm gonna attack.
Get that one out of the way.
That's gonna be 16 again.
Hits.
Okay.
So you get D8, D6.
Yeah. So that's gonna be 8 plus. So that's gonna be 11
11. Okay.
on that one.
11 points.
Okay, and I'll move us in
Gonna
an
read
extra
some rules here.
Okay.
30 feet.
Dropping your bow down and then grabbing the oar, just rapidly moving and getting Leaf to move with you the 30 feet. So you close half the distance to the other boat.
Yeah.
And you've now got the one creature that is just spiraling off into the distance. Hope unconscious under the water.
Well, and now that Leaf is closer, he can release the spell that he was holding, right? Because it's one of
Correct.
this.
Something is now within range if you'd like to go ahead and fire that off. So it's a dex save on my end.
Yeah.
DC 16.
Yeah.
That is a natural 3. Go and roll your damage.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hi-yo.
Oh, that's 2d8.
Do damage, buddy.
Get it.
Leaf. Leaf.
It's, oh, fuck. 5, yeah. Wait, 5 plus.
I don't think there's
Yeah, no, it's just 5, yeah.
5. Okay.
Bye.
So 5 points of damage as the creature just feels this blast of radiant energy, and all of you see the light in the water just shine brightly for a second, and then there's a series of impacted bubbles and corroding skin on the creature as the radiant impact hits. Nice. So that's your reaction spent now at this point. I think that was you. Next up are the first 2. This is one of the hurt ones. It's going to attack the boat. It's going to be...
Wouldn't go after me.
Actually, this is
In
going
a
to be...
fucking moment.
No. It's going to attack the boat that's closest to it. It's trying to get away. It's going to go ahead and make 2... Actually, yeah, you know what? It's got 40 feet of movement. It's going to actually swim up beside the boat, and it's going to go ahead and reach over the edge, and it's going to try and make a bite attack against... I'm going to roll a random target here. 1, 2, 3, Arrabelle's 4.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Oh
so
god, if I was
attack
gonna
is
just
coming
chomps
against you.
Arrabelle in one hit.
It's
So,
reaching over
bites her in
and
half.
biting with its fingers.
No, it has teeth. It can climb into the boat and attack.
Okay, okay.
Don't make the DM mad. We are in a tight spot right now.
The Marrow can breathe air and water.
Oh, it's a Marrow.
So, bite attack.
After the monster manual.
That, I believe, is not cocked. Oh, it is. Hey. It's a reroll. That's a 14 to hit. Okay. So
That's
the
what I have to say to that.
The bite attack is the creature reaches over and just and tries to bite down on you. You instinctively scrabble out of the way and then just kind of flip it off as it's beside you. At that point, it then reaches out a little bit further and goes for a claw attack against you as well. That's going to be an 11. That's a miss. So you
Sorry,
kind
I
of,
don't
again,
know why I
scrabbling further away to the other side, it just smacks the claw against the ground and drags these talons almost against the bottom of the boat, impacting against the wood, but not.
Sachet away.
Allura just like disdainfully looks at it
That
like, ugh.
is its entire turn, and it is now fully visible on top of the water. So that is that. Doctor, you're up.
Can I see the other 3 behind us?
The
Or the
three
ones in the water?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
They are about 15 feet away from Hope. Oh no, sorry, no, they are right beside Hope at this point, actually.
Okay.
Because they were pulled 40 feet down.
Okay. Can I see past them at all?
Past them,
Just like a
not
little
with
bit?
your dark vision.
Frick.
You'd be able to see like a little bit further in, but it just becomes an inky black.
That's okay. I just want a little bit further in.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can pop Hunger of Hadar so I catch the 3 of them.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Oh yeah, fucking do that then.
Yep.
That'll freeze them. Because
Okay.
it freezes the space.
Yeah, well, it deals cold damage. It doesn't freeze water in the space.
Yeah, bitter cold.
Yeah, it's bitter cold. That doesn't mean that it freezes water.
Well, I'm just gonna hit them with that.
Make a
So, yeah.
Slurpee underwater.
I just want them to not be able to see us and hurt them.
Morefish
Okay.
Slurpee.
We are blinded. Okay, good to know. Alrighty, so that pops into existence. So it's, what is it, on the start of their turn they take damage?
Start of their turn and end of their turn.
Starts this turn, takes 2d6 cold. Okay.
And I still have my movement, right?
You still have your movement, yeah.
Okay.
So you've got Hope that is 40 feet under the water at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
And just kind of hung lifeless there. You can see just kind of coughing the last couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
gulps of air out of their lungs.
Okay. We got this.
I can get there, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep moving us as best I
Moving?
can. Yeah.
Okay. So moving 30 feet away, you begin to make your way a little bit further.
Is the thing still holding onto our boat?
Yeah, it's moving with you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
Allura.
Got a grudge.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to rapier the shit out of that thing.
Go for it. Go make your attack.
Oh. 13.
13 just hits.
Oh,
Someone's
So
probably-
this
that
is
like-
whole 9 yards. You get sneak attack.
I do. So
Yep.
3,
So 3 for sneak attack.
3 for sneak attack,
D8 for the weapon.
D8 for the
Well,
weapon,
they're really missing everything.
and then it's gonna be plus 4 on top of that.
Yeah.
15 points of cold magic damage.
Cold damage, okay.
Ooh.
Good to know.
Okay.
Still up as the icicle blossoms across his chest and freezes some of the water that's within or on the pieces of the arms as it begins to shatter slightly. You get the nice snowflake across the center.
And then I'm gonna take a second crossbow
Go
hit.
for it. Make your attack.
It's gonna hit. It's a 9 plus my
Plus a million.
6.
Yes, that'll hit. So you get 1d6 plus your dex.
5.
5. Alrighty. Definitely on the hurt side. It's looking pretty rough now with a bolt sticking out of it, arrows, and then assorted burn marks on its chest from the sacred flame that's pierced through the water. You got your
I've
movement
used
left.
my movement. Okay.
Less and the doctor are already on the oars, so there isn't a way for you to take over and do that. You can mostly just move around the boat at this point.
You could shove us over and take over, couldn't you?
No.
Okay.
Shoving would involve an action.
Alright.
I was thinking of shoving the thing off, but can't do that.
Correct.
Cool. Okay, that's
That's your turn.
yeah.
Alrighty. Les. Clinging to life on the edge of the boat. You can see it just kind of looking up at you and just kind of.
And then I'm gonna stab it in the eye.
Can less understand it, honestly.
Just saying
Do
eat
you
shit.
speak Aquan?
I should, but
Do
I
you
don't.
speak Abyssal?
No,
Okay, then no.
just have primordial.
Awkward or abyssal?
Yes, those are the 2 languages it speaks.
Oh. I
Those would have been fun ones to
I
take.
just have to say something. So I
No, just wait till later. I'm attacking them. I'm rolling to attack, right?
Yeah. Attack.
18
Sorry.
plus it's
Caleb,
6.
you got
That'll
me.
hit.
Yeah.
Go and roll damage.
Have you got me?
I'm at the top of the round, so you're before me.
Okay.
message.
I just gotta figure something
It's my mom. Oh.
She's like, oh, are you guys playing at the beach?
Have you got a blanket down there?
I mean, kind of.
My thing is. Sorry, it's
It's a d6
right.
plus strength plus
Right.
2 plus 1.
right. So it's 6 plus 5 plus 6.
11.
Yeah.
11 is
points of
enough.
damage.
Yeah.
So with that, you just kind of seeing Allura striking twice on the bolt sticking out of the side, you kind of aim for that slight opening and just pierce straight through and catch the second point of the trident right through the center of the neck, piercing out through the back, and the esophagus just ripping apart as you pull it back out, and the creature just falls back into the water, blood now streaming out. Alrighty, nicely done. So that's going to be your turn. Next up, we come to Hope. I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
Come on.
Okay.
And is that plus
Yeah.
anything? Is
Nope,
that
it's just a straight roll. What'd
well?
you
That's a
roll?
15.
15. So you can. So that is a success. So you can mark off a success
Yeah.
on your board.
Yay.
Yeah, good.
Actually, no. Sorry, because you're drowning. You do not mark off a success, but you do not mark off a failure.
Yeah.
I looked this up specifically earlier because I had a feeling this would happen.
Nice.
Yep.
All
Thought
right.
you would drown at the beach?
Yep.
But
Or
why?
a fun beach.
Where is Bondi
On the beach
Rescue?
Yeah.
Well, I saw them drowning in the lake, and I was like, wow.
10
this
more
point,
seconds.
You are 30 feet away from their boat. Oh, no, sorry. You're right beside their boat.
We're 30
and
feet
then
away from
30 feet
Hope.
away from Hope, under the water.
Yep.
Actually, 40 feet because
Yep.
they've been pulled 40 feet down.
Yep.
You got this, man.
Use 30 feet of movement.
Oh, no. On your turn, you rocket to the surface. You do still actually mark off a successful death saving throw.
Ooh.
So they're on the.
They're on the surface. They are 30
okay.
feet away from you on the surface.
Okay,
of the
I
water,
wanna
floating.
grab the row
I
the
s-
boat 30 feet over and drag Hope into the boat as much as I can.
Okay, so it's your action to
Yeah.
pull them into the boat.
Yeah.
You've got your full movement to do that, so you've got a bonus action remaining.
Yeah.
Do I still have the health?
Oh my
in
god,
me?
yeah. And I want to cast Healing Word to
Healing
bring
word.
them.
Alrighty, so regenerating. And don't you get a bonus for them being unconscious too?
I don't yet, but that's 3.
Oh yeah, no, that's higher level. You just max the healing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So that's 14.
14. So you heal 14 points. You are no longer death saving throw. As you splutter out and cough up an amount of water from inside your lungs. Still alive, but definitely on the hurt side. That is your entire turn.
Yeah, it's my entire turn.
Right.
It's a shitty beach day, I know.
At this point, with the 2 that have been dispatched, the 3 down underneath, you 3 in that boat that is now directly above them just begin to hear that streaking towards the top of the water, and all 3 of them get up out of the edge of the water and are going to go ahead and make attacks.
Hold up real quick. Hungry
yeah,
at the
sorry.
door.
They do.
So they
take
can't
damage.
see. They're blind.
Correct. But
Eat shit down there.
so they just take the damage.
They take 2d6
Okay,
each.
so go and roll 2d6. This will
Alright.
apply to all of them.
So that's 10 each.
10 each.
10 gold each.
Alright. Now I just need to see.
It's difficult terrain, whatever it is.
Okay, so they're gonna move in a random direction. Yeah, they won't actually know anything because of gravity. So they're gonna actually move in 6 directions.
That rule. Crap.
Bye.
So first one, 3 is gonna move forward. They've got a 40-foot swim speed, so out
Yep.
now, but did move in that direction. 6, the other one is going straight down, so it's completely out of the area, but now just sees an inky blackness.
Yep.
And the last one is moving to the right, 20 feet out, but that is its full movement to get there. So the
So
2
20 feet out?
Yeah, so because it's
Yeah.
a 20-foot.
Yeah, but they'd be just on the edge, right?
Yeah, so they move 20 feet out, and
Yeah.
they're on the edge now, like just on the outside.
Okay, so they're not in anymore. But
Correct.
they're all fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now they're all just kind of like, what
Just
the hell is going
convulsing.
on?
Yeah.
Because of the directions, only one is actually close enough to hit
Yep.
you accurately, so this is going to be aiming at the boat. It's going to be a 10, so it just impacts the boat, so it's going to deal damage to it. But not enough to actually pierce it or start the boat sinking at all. Second one is going to throw at disadvantage, and that's going to hit the boat.
How big are
Again, not quite enough to deal damage.
these? How big are these? Oh, sorry, not enough to deal damage. Okay.
Yeah, it's dealing damage to the boat, but it hasn't punctured to the point where it's actually pulling,
Can I see
strips
these?
out.
Like, is this would this be apparent to me just because I'm mending?
Oh yeah, it's apparent. Like you
Okay.
saw the other boat begin to sink
Yeah.
and split apart into multiple pieces, and you can feel the impacts and begin to see the cracks in the boat.
Oh, okay, cool. That was more. I'm just like, can I see that?
You would be able to mend
Start
that.
patching some holes. All right,
Exactly.
let's get it.
Alrighty, so that's going to be their turn. Top of the round to Leith. You've got the 3 down underneath you, well within range. 1 that you can't see because of the Hunger of Dar, but the 2 on the other side that you can, or you have the ability to move the boat up to.
Do I have eyes on the one that I have Hunter's Mark on?
You do. The Hunter's Mark 1 is the one that moved closer and attacked you with basically direct
Now,
assault
whatever.
boat.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably best.
Leaf, I'm guessing we should just dispatch these fuckers before we try and escape because they just
Oh,
follow us. What do you
they're gonna
think?
be following us, yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna attack the one that I have Hunter's Mark on.
Okay, go for it.
Get it.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
Alrighty, so 2d8, 2d6, plus
Not
your
20.
dex. Go to
Fuck.
damage.
Yes.
Back in it.
Okay. Let's do a real dramatic leg with 2d8s and 2d20s. That's right? That's the right amount of
Each
proper
dice?
dice? Or
2d6?
2d... Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
10, 18, 19 plus 4. So that's going to be 23.
23, nicely
2
done.
8s, only 2 8s.
Alright, yeah, heavy, hard impact as you're just getting sped up with this. You pull the bow back just a little farther than usual and just streak it right through. Center of the left chest side, piercing out the backside. The arrow actually pierces straight through the creature. Go make your second attack.
Yes.
Drop this dude.
Let's see what I can do. Nat 20!
Whoa!
Are you hacking me?
No!
Dude,
That's
Alif
a nat
has her
20
fucking wall
again.
hacks.
Nice attack.
Your dice are
Alright.
the best.
Go
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Brought an aim
I'm
bomb
so
as
glad
well.
that dice has given you such good
I know,
luck.
it really has. I've been
Only
rolling
like
great
cheap
this
though,
session.
but-
Alright.
Wait,
Oh,
Theoretically,
It
it
just
won't
starts
die.
like hovering through walls.
I know, because basically I'm gonna like ice this fucker instantaneously anyway, but it's still gonna be really satisfying.
Still satisfying.
Are there any of the other ones that are close by?
Yeah.
Is the arrow gonna go through and get
No,
there?
it's
Okay,
not that
that would be exciting. That one wasn't as good. So that's gonna be 7,
12.
10, 12, 16.
16 is enough. Second arrow just streaks through and kind of finding that same place on the opposite side, right where the heart would be. You just pull him straight through and it just impacts against that heart and just sticks there. And the creature just and freezes in the water and begins to slowly float down.
Can I use my bonus action to fix Hunter's Mark on the next creature?
Sure. You can only see one more at this point, so you fix it to that one on the outside
Okay,
fucker.
and then my attack, or my
And then your
turn
movement.
is done. Yeah. I think we're gonna stay in place and try to take these fuckers out. So.
Here we